Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
It's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of New Jersey is offering buy one, get one 50% off windows and doors, and no payments, no interest for 24 months. Some restrictions may apply. See local showroom for details. Offer ends July 31st, 2026.
The success you've had in life matters. The late nights, the extra shifts, the moments you've stood up and said, I've got this. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we value your achievements because we're a school for real life. With UMGC, you can earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and relevant life and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. We offer scholarships, affordable tuition, and online and hybrid classes, all with the support you need from your first day to graduation day and beyond. As an accredited state university, we've been transforming lives for over 75 years. Choose from more than 100 undergraduate and graduate degrees and certificates, and get ready to succeed again. At UMGC, success is yours for the taking and the making, and nothing should keep you from it, especially not an application fee. Apply now and we'll waive your application fee. Classes start August 12th. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
ESPN New York is your home for the world champion New York Knicks. WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
Hi. Good morning. Good morning.
Hi.
That's an intro to the show.
Hi.
Carlin, Garasa, ESPN New York YouTube channel at 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. You can leave your comments on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. That's what it's there for. It's an opportunity for you to be a better part of the show. Daniel, good morning.
Good morning, and good morning. How are you?
I'm good. I am now going to be solo for a few days at home, which is never a promising event. My wife has to go out of town for a couple of days, and I don't function well when left alone.
So when you're like the lone wolf, you have to do some adjusting, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's going to be me and the dog.
Yeah.
The dog clearly favors her, and now is stuck with the other one for the next few days, and that's a problem.
Do you think the dog has prepared himself for this?
No.
No.
In no way. She has no idea what's about to hit her. No idea.
How long do you think it'll take before reality sets in and the dog is like, you know what? This is not good.
Once she realizes that the fat man is not up for a 3-walk night, that will be a cruel reality that will set in.
I see what you did there. Instead of 3-dog with the dog, 3-walk night.
I didn't even mean to do that, but that's
just
me, Dan. I just throw it together and it happens.
It's a subtle genius. That's what it is.
Subtle genius is not what I see when I watch Anthony Volpe play shortstop. Even though the Yankees won last night, that was great. Go and they beat a good team in the White Sox. And
are they a good team? That you know what I mean? Like they're a nice little story.
I know I think they're like plus 12 on the year, plus 8 on the year in the run differential, something like that.
You know, let's say if Chicago does get in, whether it's they hold on and win that division or they get in as a wild card, that will be like that first round series where nobody picks them to win.
Well, they're a team.
Yeah,
is what they are by definition. The White Sox are a team that in the American League is not god-awful. And while Max Fried last night wasn't particularly good, and I'm fine with that, it is a little alarming on a couple of fronts. Number one, the fact that they went as deep as they did into their bullpen when you don't have days off in sight. And number two, as much as they score runs on a night like last night, I just want to know who I can rely on. And so is it too much of an assumption to say that I can rely on Ben Rice? And I know relying on things sounds like it's almost simplistic.
Right.
But that's how I think of things when I don't have my big guys. And we found out that we weren't going to have Bellinger for 4 to 6 weeks at this point.
Yeah, and it was bigger than we thought, right? Because, all indications were yesterday that he was going to be A-OK, that it wasn't any, his words, it wasn't any worse when he woke up the next day. A little tight, but not any worse. And you're thinking, okay, maybe something more than the requisite 10 days and you get him back there on the field. But this is a big hit. It really and truly is. And on top of it, remember, even when Bellinger was healthy, last week, we still were under the assumption that the Yankees needed to be aggressive to go out there before the deadline and bring in some bats. Now you're down a guy who has not swung the bat like you would have hoped consistently all season, but still, it's a guy you trust, and you hope that he's going to be one of your dudes. You got to replace him. Oh, by the way, also add to what you were missing to begin with.
Yeah, and it's funny. Like, I get it. The Yankees have won 10 of 14, and I'm sitting here and almost criticizing the situation.
Right.
And it's just because we hold them to this higher standard. And almost it feels very much like the Knicks season in that in February we knew how everything was going to play out. We understood what was going to happen. So for the last 2 months of the Knicks season, it didn't particularly matter what was going to happen with the rest of the regular season. I feel the very same way right now.
Well, I mean, you hold them to a standard, and their fans hold them to a standard. Even though I sometimes push back on that because, again, like history Yankee fans are so conditioned to it's championship or bust, right? That's what the organization and, ownership preaches and all that stuff. But, you peel back the curtain there, and they've only won one championship in 25 years. You know what I'm saying? So, like, they're not that team anymore. Smaller profile teams have been more successful in terms of winning than the Yankees, in the last quarter century as far as World Series. But nevertheless, this is a team, given where they stand in this American League, you expect them to make some noise and to do damage. Now, unfortunately, they're not playing with a full deck. And none of us can play God and sit here and know when they're going to get the likes of Aaron Judge back or Giancarlo Stanton. And now Cody Bellinger on top of it. They got a good chance. They got a good team. Cashman's got some work to do over the next 7 days.
Do you think the Yankees right now, in this stretch of time, are winning games because they're a deeper team? Or are they winning games, last night notwithstanding, that their pitching is going to allow them to cover up a lot of mistakes, a lot of deficiencies?
It's the pitching, right? I mean, like statistically, they're first, right? I forgot what their staff ERA is or whatever, but the bullpen has really, really come around. I mean, how good Bednar has been of late. The starting pitching is top notch and only going to get, I think, stronger moving forward. Once guys get back in the fold, when Rodon gets back. I don't know about Clark Schmidt here, but Max Fried is still only 2 starts back from being sidelined for almost 2 months here, right? So give him some time to get back into a rhythm a little bit. It's the pitching that's carried them. Now, we've talked about this a lot. We talked about it yesterday. Is the pitching going to be good enough to carry them in October when it matters most? And that's all fans care about.
Yeah.
Right? And that's all they should care about. It's not about winning 95 games or 100 games or winning the American League East for the Yankees. It's about getting to a World Series and winning a championship. And especially with this American League, as watered down as it is, you would think that they've got as good a chance as anybody, best chance in however long you want to say, to get to a World Series this year.
I mean, there's no argument for me, and it's not even best chance.
Yeah.
And this is why I've heard Michael give this case that without Judge they can't win it. I get that. Totally get that.
I agree. Can't win the whole thing.
No.
Agree.
But
can you
get there?
Yeah, I think they can.
And I take it a step further. Should they? They should.
I think they can. Look, Cashman's not going to sit around over the
Is there anybody else that you would say right now in the American League compared to the Yankees who should get to the World Series?
I can't use the word should, no.
Yeah. Are you going to use
word.
that about the Yankees or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would.
Okay.
And tell me in a week from today, after the trade deadline is come and gone, what the roster looks like. With everybody, not just the Yankees. Because if some other, for instance, if Tampa goes out there and does some crazy stuff over the next week, you're like, wow. They bring in a bunch of rentals who are going to be up at the end of the season, but it's going to make them, infinitely better than they are right now. I'm like, well, all right, so got to worry about Tampa now a little bit. This Red Sox thing is starting to needle me a little bit.
Yeah.
Meaning, they just don't lose. But how much longer can they sustain this? They're not going to play, 850 ball for the rest of the regular season.
No.
We know that. But they're putting themselves in position to now be a pain in the you-know-what, right? For weeks, whenever you ask that question, who's that other team in the American League that scares you the most? I would have said, we had Buster Olney on all the time. Seattle, because of their pitching. Even though their pitching is taking a step back
but every time we talk about Seattle, they're just sticking right there at a game or two under.
Exactly. But what does Jerry DiPietro do before the deadline? You know what I mean? Is he going to go out there and bring in another like Boffo bullpen arm to help them? You know,
Boffo,
baby. They got the pitching though, and if we're going to sit here and
it's
say
like a movie tagline from 1961,
is that a BOFFO?
Yes.
I mean, like if it was in the comic books, like Boffo, like that.
If you were describing someone's Broadway performance in 42nd Street in 1964, Boffo performance by Ethel Merman.
Sure, that wasn't a chorus line.
I don't even know if a chorus line was around in the 60s. I'm just assuming 42nd Street was.
What was the run of 42nd Street?
Too long.
On Broadway. Oh, my God.
Too long. I know because I sat through it as a 10-year-old.
Really?
As a 10-year-old.
A 10-year-old, you sat through 42nd Street?
We went to dinner to Mama Leone's, which I could not have been more excited about because I love spaghetti and meatballs. Sure. It was awful. The spaghetti and meatballs was terrible.
Well, you're a 10-year-old kid, too. You're not going to get that adventurous into the menu either.
No, but the point was I was excited to go to Mama Leone's.
Yeah.
Because I love spaghetti and meatballs. And I got there and I had it and I'm like.
Left a lot to be desired.
Where's Mama? Let's have a chat.
Was it like Chef Boyardee sauce or something?
It wasn't good.
Oh.
It wasn't good.
Hey.
And then I went and then as a 10-year-old sat through 2.5 hours of a musical with my Aunt Evelyn, who we called Tanta.
Tanta?
Because that was French for aunt, and she was eccentric. She wanted to be Tanta.
So let me get this straight.
And my Aunt Billy.
Tanta and Billy.
Yeah. They lived together like Patty and Selma. They did. Only one of them smoked. That was the only difference.
Now I'm picturing Patty and Selma. So timeline of events, the subpar spaghetti and meatballs.
Yeah.
42nd Street with Tanta and Billy.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a day.
It was a rough day.
That's a day.
It was a rough day. It was a rough day.
Now,
they didn't have kids, so they never quite had the feel for what was good for a kid. Let's go. He loves spaghetti and meatballs. We'll go to Mama Leone's. Okay, I applaud the effort
sign
there.
That, yeah.
Absolutely. You know what he'll love? He's 10. I bet you he'll love a musical. Another time, when I was 6, took me to see, you know what he'll love? He loves sports. Let's take him to a sports movie. We go to see The Champ.
Ricky Schroeder?
Yeah, Ricky Schroeder and John Voight, who dies at the end.
John Voight.
I am bawling at the end of the movie because the champ dies.
Let me ask, here's what I remember about I don't think I've ever seen it start to finish.
I was 6th of 6. And there were 8 years between me and my closest sibling. Mom knew I loved football. I'm not exaggerating here when I tell you this. Mom knew I loved football. 11th birthday party.
Heaven Can Wait?
Let me get worse. Let me get a football movie. Brian's song.
You can't make this up. You can't make this up.
I'm sorry, no, not 11. 9-year-old birthday.
9-year-old birthday, yes. Brian's song. And like the friends had to sit around and watch Brian's song?
And all of us were crying by the end. And she came in like, what's wrong?
How well? So that was the
He died.
That was the 9-year-old birthday party.
Yes.
How well attended was the 10-year-old birthday party off of Brian's song the previous year? I got to know that one.
I think we shut down the party shortly thereafter.
Brian's song.
I still remember my friend Todd Miller, who was wearing a Nolan Cromwell jersey.
Rams.
sitting right there just bawling next to me. Couldn't, like, what kind of football movie is this?
Now was the instructions for the party like wear a football jersey or something?
No, he knew it wasn't football themed or anything like that. She just knew that I liked football. So I had told everybody, my mom's getting a football movie. I don't know what one, but it'll be good. I was hyping that party.
Did she tape it off of CBS or whatever on VHS?
No. She went to the it wasn't even Blockbuster at that point. It was like
Palmer Video,
basically
Hollywood Video.
They were like individual video stores.
Yeah, like Joe's
mom and pop video stores. And she went
in their own personal collection.
Where's the sports section? And here's a football movie. Oh, it's about Gale Sayers. Yeah. Brian's song. There you go. Oh, my God.
I mean, they ever remake that, by the way?
Why? Just to torture me?
No, I thought, or maybe I was like reading that they were thinking about remaking it somehow, some way.
I haven't seen that.
Brian's song.
Was Scott Kahn going to play Brian Piccolo?
I mean, that's probably the natural. That's what you do. I think he's a little old for that now.
I'm sorry.
Brian's song at 9 years old.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, but I digress.
I liked it though.
Yeah.
I was still trying to wrap my mind around the 42nd Street and the spaghetti and meatballs.
I'm still trying to wrap my mind around 4 to 6 weeks for Bellinger at this point.
So were the Yankees, it sounds like.
Out for 4 to 6 weeks?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that they thought it was going to be 4 to 6 weeks
no,
when it
I don't
happened.
think they did.
You know, and look, it was an adventure yesterday for, Max Schumann in left field. First of all, he almost knocked himself out of the game going back on that warning track, which was a little slick because, you had that biblical rain that happened at, 5 o'clock in the afternoon beforehand. But, is that what you're going to be stuck with here moving forward if you're the Yankees? Left to right, Schumann, Jones, and Jason Dominguez? Is that what the Yankee outfield, is that what you're counting on to get you to the finish line to win the American League East?
But this is my point. Like, I can't look around the lineup and say, this is what I believe in. This is what is going to carry the day. Okay, you know what? I got Schumann. We're good. Like, we're going to get through this. We're going to weather the storm. And that's always what it's about, right? It's about weathering the storm, and they have weathered the storm without Aaron Judge. That's fine. Weathering the storm during the regular season is fine.
Yeah.
They have been deep enough to do that. What they haven't been deep enough to do is, even with their full lineup and full complement of players, they haven't been good enough to win in the playoffs. And I'm sorry that it's a conversation that we have so often, but I don't know what else I'm supposed to get fired up about right now. Am I supposed to get fired up and somehow get sucked into this myth that Jazz Chisholm can be someone who's a heartbeat of a team? Like, no, it's not going to happen. Not when you make routine dumb mistakes all the time, as much as you might hit in certain spots. I can't get wrapped up in that. Do I believe in Ben Rice? Well, I think he's a pretty darn good player. Are they going to keep pitching to him in the playoffs? My guess is no. Who else? You're going to have a lot of other options of guys that you'd rather pitch to for sure.
I think the composition of the roster and the lineup is going to look a lot different by the time October gets here. So you don't want to put Anthony Volpe as one of these heartbeat players,
this brings me to another point.
Yeah.
I'll give credit where credit's due just because he said it first last week. Jake brought this up. Is Lombard just not being brought up right now simply because you don't want to expose him to the big leagues before the trade deadline in case you do end up moving him? Or is it you don't want to rush him, or is it just all of the above at this point?
I don't think they're moving him. I could be
If they
wrong.
got Mason Miller, you don't think they're moving him?
I think you might be able to still put a package together to get Mason Miller that doesn't include Lombard. I really and truly do. Spencer Jones probably is going to have to go. Some of that pitching is probably going to have to go. But I think that you could find a way to hold. I mean, he's their number one prospect right now. I think you can make a deal without having to sacrifice your top prospect. He's the most appealing one. I get it. But I think you could get something done without. And look, I don't know how aggressive they're going to end up being. The other thing, too, and we'll get to the Mets a little bit later on. I know that the Mets don't have this highly coveted player on their team, whether it's a pitcher, a bat, whoever it might be. That's gonna wow them with compensation, right? Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of people that are saying, you just talk to people that think that as many as 6 or 7 different guys are going to be traded from the Mets. I even would hit the pause button on that a little bit because that's a lot. Like I said, I don't think you're going to be.
If you're trading 6 or 7 guys, you're just getting rid of them.
That's what I mean. It's almost 50 cents on the dollar. Now, look, I understand some guys, for instance, Huascar Brazelban. What is that going to get you in return, right? It's a lot of things like that. To me, with the Mets, Luke Weaver is going to get you the biggest return, realistically.
But what kind of a return is even that? I mean, is that a big-time prospect? Is that a mid-level guy? Is that a guy that's got a chance to maybe help you?
I think that's a guy. I think it's multiple players. I think it might be a major league player under control for next year.
Really?
And a prospect, yes. I really and truly do. Because here's the thing with Luke Weaver. Luke Weaver's a guy who, in a pinch, can close. There might be a team out there that acquires Luke Weaver wanting him to be their closer. Right? I mean, think about it. Like, closers, those, that gets you something. And the guy's had a phenomenal season. And, oh, by the way, he's under control for next year, which also ups the price tag. It's not a rental.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just saying, like, in terms of number, I can't go all in yet that the Mets are going to end up trading like 7 guys because I don't know if their services are necessarily coveted all that much by the rest of Major League Baseball.
I don't disagree.
Right? The team stinks. Right? They stink. Like, and why would you want guys from a team that stink when they had a hand in the team's underachieving performance this year?
Bronx, NYC, Yankees are 8-4 in their last 12. What are we complaining about? Listen, they won 10 of 14, as we said earlier. Does any of that matter to you right now?
No, because guess what?
No.
Like baseball, really any sport, but particularly baseball, when you play 162 games, it's when you play certain teams.
So Luke Weaver's going to get the most, but
correct, because Lindor's not getting traded.
You know what? I almost have to look at from the Mets standpoint, leading into the deadline.
Excuse me. Let me rephrase that. The guy that might actually get you the most, and I would do it in an absolute. I said it on freaking TV last night because I was going off. I was on a roll. Francisco Alvarez would. If you find a team that actually believes that the former number 1 overall prospect in baseball still is young enough to achieve all that upside.
But his value is certainly taken a hit.
100%.
There's a knock on him as far as being out of shape. Is there a knock on him in the way he handles himself? And, do people think he's lazy? I don't know.
Always hurt. The bat is
hurt.
way too inconsistent.
I haven't really heard the lazy thing, but lazy kind of ties in with being out of shape.
Right.
As someone who would know.
He actually looks like he's in good shape now, but, he also missed, a considerable amount of time this year. And defensively, he is awful.
What I was going to say was, if you're the Mets coming up to the deadline, it's not what can I get in return. It is truly who can I get to take somebody off my hands? Who is there, this would be crazy. It won't happen because nobody's really going to want him. Is there anybody who I could get to take Devin Williams off my hands? No. But that's how I'd be wanting to be approaching this. Nobody's taking Marcus Semien off my hands.
Right. If you want to attract, for example, and look, you'd have to play matchmaker because you would have to also get involved with a team that wants to do the same thing.
Right. I'd have to attach a prospect to him.
Or a coveted player, if you will. Pair him with a bad contract to get it off your hands, right? And then maybe you get back somebody that is also maybe not the best contract in the world, but somebody who is going to be on your team next year that can possibly help you. Need for a need. You might be giving up, let's say, your closer, your catcher, whatever, and then you get back, I don't know, outfield help.
But do you honestly think that...
I'm just using it as an example, not that they need it.
Okay. But... Is Alvarez a good enough player right now where he's going to fetch you something good?
Like I said, if you get somebody to buy into the upside still, that's what you're going to be able to sell them on.
I also think I'm going to have to get somebody who's desperate for a catcher.
Absolutely.
And the other guys have gotten moved already.
100.
And Langoliers is now down.
Well, we talked about it yesterday, right? Like the Langoliers injury, I think, helps a team like the Mets, who have not one but 2 catchers the teams are probably calling about. Ryan Jeffers, we know at Minnesota. All right, so teams that need a catcher, you have Jeffers, who's on an expiring contract. Alvarez is controllable. Luis Torrens is controllable for next year because they signed him to an extension. It's interesting with Alvarez, too. When Max Goodman wrote this in NJ.com in an article, Alvarez this year, when he's batting like in the 9th spot of the batting order, it's been terrible. When he's hitting a little bit higher up in the order, which means you have other guys in the lineup or whatever, like he's a little, or maybe do I have it mixed up? I'll find it. But point is there is a big difference between what you see from him when he's batting like 9th in the order versus his production versus hitting up a little bit higher.
I am interested to hear this real quick before the break because I have not heard this yet. This is Aaron Boone. Do you expect more urgency at the deadline? As it relates to the Yankees, but we've talked about both these teams leading up to the deadline.
No, I get the sense that they have been working on this in different ways, shape, and form for the last several weeks, getting ready for, trade deadline stuff, and I expect them to try and do all they can to improve our team, but again, you never know how that's going to shake out. We'll see. I mean, again, you got still teams out there defining who they are and what they're even going to do come a week from now or whenever it is. So, no, I think they're eager to improve our club if they can, but all things got to line up too.
This is what's maddening about this, and I get that it's good for baseball. But for the teams that really do need help, you're going to have to hope that somebody decides at the very last minute, okay, we're out. And you really have to wait and wait and wait and wait.
Well, because of the mediocrity right now, and by the way, the numbers with Alvarez, it's when he's batting in the 9th spot in the order, his OPS is almost 1,100, and he's hitting like 340 because you have other guys ahead of him in the order who are also taking up space in the opponent's brain, like, oh, we got to watch out for these guys. But when he's asked to shoulder more of the load and hit higher in the order, his numbers are awful. So he's not been able to take that baton and run with it yet as far as a middle-of-the-order presence. Your point, though, about I forgot. What the hell was the point?
About unloading guys as opposed to actually getting things?
The problem with that is, and the American League is the perfect example, how many teams right now are on the fence? Because,
that's the problem.
Who's really, you look at the American League, who's really and truly out of it because the league is so bad? Like the Angels. They're probably the only team that you could say, all right, we're done. Probably the A's because they're dealing with some injuries now too. Like those two teams done. Even Kansas City, who I think doesn't have a shot in hell, but, maybe I'll throw Kansas City into that mix too. Kansas City, the A's, and the Angels are the three teams in the American League you could say are done right now. They would sell. 12 other teams, they think they got a shot.
This would be a time, and we had Jeff Passan on last week, this would be a time where I would say, you know what, we should get somebody on who's going to be able to talk about the deadline. The problem is, nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Until the next few days. Because nobody knows really until the weekend.
Everybody, don't you hate that? We've talked about it, right? The deadline being a Monday. So, even if things do happen, in the couple of days leading up to it, it's a freaking weekend. It's weekend. God bless you, by the way.
Held it in that time.
It was tremendous. You did a double shot there, and it was great. But, it's the weekend. We're not monitoring, baseball wire transactions and trades and all that stuff on Saturday and Sunday. I don't love it.
I don't love it either, but this is where we are.
I'll tell you what, though. It'll be a hell of a lot of fun, on Monday. Well, no, we won't because we talked about that. We'll be in Florham Park. And then, if nothing happens over the weekend, Monday's just going to be like a bonanza, and we're sitting there talking to,
There's David Onyemata. Yeah. Listen, give me a breakdown here. What do you think about Devin Williams?
Onyemata, is that Dutch?
Carlin Grassa, ESPN Radio, 800-919-3776. The lines are open now. Are the Mets just better off in unloading guys as opposed to what they get in return? And is there enough here for the Yankees right now? 800-919-3776. The lines are open now. I just hit the button on ESPN New York.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Another lousy traffic day in the Bronx. First off, eastbound Cross Bronx by the Deegan. It's a crash on the shoulder on the Alexander Hamilton Bridge. Down the road a piece, northbound 95 eastbound Cross Bronx. Crash in the center lane by Castle Hill Avenue. Southbound on the Deegan at Fordham Road, an accident blocking the left lane. We've got 10 to 15 minute delays in building at the George Washington Bridge because of those problems on 95. In Westchester County, we've got delays on eastbound 287 by Greenberg, exit 4, an accident blocking one lane. And on the island at Patchogue Sunrise Highway westbound by Waverly Avenue, an accident in the right lane. Not going to be a great weather day. We've already got flight delays and cancellations and ground stops this hour at Newark and Kennedy. LaGuardia, at least a 1 hour delay. Stay in touch with the carriers. I'm Bob Williams on 880 ESPN New York.
There you were, surrounded by fans. Everybody remembers the game. Nobody remembers the guy coughing behind you. Till a few days later, at 2 a.m., you wake up with a fever and your throat's on fire. Now what? Urgent care? Closed. ER? Slammed. Telehealth? Maybe, but the pharmacy's closed. You needed a medical emergency kit. These aren't first aid kits. They contain essential prescriptions used for over 30 common conditions. Sinus and ear infection, UTIs, stomach bugs, traveler's diarrhea, and more on hand before you need them. Use your doctor-developed guidebook to select the right prescription or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. It's like an urgent care and drugstore at home. When you're sick, traveling, or stranded, you'll wish you'd ordered a medical emergency kit. Order online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
Hi, this is Don LaGreca. Just like the New Jersey Devils bring intensity on the ice, Viking Pest Control brings the same level of protection to your home. And I know because I use Viking at my own place. The season may be over, but pests are always in play. So it's time to lock in your off-season defense. As the pest control provider and proud partner of the Devils, Viking delivers 45 years of trusted experience to keep ants, cockroaches, stinging insects, rodents, mosquitoes, and more out of your zone. And when you bundle pest control mosquito services, you score big savings. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com. Protecting your home inside and out.
There are a million reasons to love New York. Making your budget stretch isn't one of them. According to an independent study, Amazon prices average 14% lower than other retailers. Get food, fashion, furniture, and more shipped straight to your building. Plus, another study found Amazon Prescription Pass customers pay nearly 1/3 less out of pocket. Learn more at aboutamazon.com.
Progressive knows you think the grass is always greener. Like maybe you ride a motorcycle. But today, it's raining. So you wish you had an RV. But if you did, you'd have to listen to some guy parked next to you at a campsite plays acoustic guitar. Now, before you start wishing you had a boat, remember, your brother-in-law would invite himself every weekend.
Permission to come aboard, Captain?
But one thing that is greener is the money you could save when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Harry Douglas here to help you get in on the sweet life with Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy. It's that classic throwback cotton candy flavor, but with 0 sugar and a 5-hour energy boost. I keep these with me so I can tackle that sweet tooth with a tasty caffeine kick and no guilty sugary aftermath. Bring on the sweetness with Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy Shots. Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy. Available online at 5hourenergy.com or Amazon.
Is this K cut from yesterday? Did he say this yesterday? Because I heard Don kind of go off on this a little bit.
Yes, that is from Michael yesterday.
So I want to get your take. We'll get to the calls here in a second at 800-919-3776. I'm a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know, but I
reticent?
Yeah, what?
Reticent to hear this cut from Michael regarding, does Soto regret signing with the Mets?
Do you think in a quiet moment, nobody around, no teammates, no media, no family, he's just sitting in his apartment or house, wherever he lives, staring at the ceiling, ruminating, if Soto doesn't rue the day that he made that decision? Because this is one of the great hitters that we will ever see. And he essentially took 2 years of his career and threw them away. There were a lot of teams that wanted him. Toronto wanted him. If he'd gone to Toronto, he would have gone to the World Series last year. Again, if he wanted to sign a shorter-term contract, could have gone to the Dodgers. They won the World Series. And obviously, it came down to the Mets against the Yankees, right? If he'd gone to the Yankees, they went to the playoffs last year. And in all likelihood, barring a complete implosion, they'll go to the playoffs again.
See,
I can't.
Yeah, I know that Don went nuts on this yesterday.
I'm so tired of hearing about this. And this is not on Michael. It's not.
It's not Michael.
It's not a Michael thing. I'm tired of it because even Yankee fans just want to throw that in your face. Dude, first of all, you can't say you'd be going to the playoffs. The Yankees go to the playoffs every year regardless. You know what I mean? It's got nothing to do with Soto here, Soto not here. What stinks, though, from a Mets standpoint, is that you're taking one of the preeminent hitters of his generation, right? And now his first 2 years into a blockbuster contract in his prime is that the Mets have not even gone to the playoffs in a sport where now it seems like half the damn league makes the playoffs. That's embarrassing.
Well, there's no argument here on a few fronts.
It's more of a failure on the Mets than it is on anything Soto decision-wise.
No, I think Soto had his Soto had his days of regret in the early going. I think that was very clear.
He was terrible. You know that.
Yes.
And remember, the placement, I think a big part of that, Christopher, was the placement of when that Subway Series was last year. Remember, it was in May?
Yeah.
In the Bronx when he was scuffling and hadn't gotten off to a good start yet, hitting against every team the Mets played. Forget about the Yankees. Then he goes into the Wolves' Den in the Bronx. It was a miserable weekend for him. It carried over into Boston right after that, where he had to answer all those questions and blah, 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 and then all the noise happens. Did the guy not finish in the top 3 in MVP, though, last year?
I'm going to say this part, okay? Michael helped me out with something recently. Great job in giving a trip to Yankee Stadium to people for the Eric LeGrand golf tournament a couple weeks ago.
Contest winners.
Well, not contest winners, but they auctioned it off. We auctioned it off.
Gotcha.
Got a lot of money for people. Michael gave away his tickets to a game and a chance to visit the Yes booth. So I'm going to say all of that to say this. Michael, what the hell are we doing here? I mean, why are we banging on this drum?
It's
seriously,
like
at this
a dead
point,
horse.
This. Here's what I know about Juan Soto. I have no doubt that there was buyer's remorse at the beginning. Eric Chavez even told us that a few weeks ago. There's no question that was the case. But that has slowly gone away, primarily because Soto cares about Soto. And I'm not saying he doesn't care about winning. He does. But I don't think he's sitting there saying, dear God, I should have taken the extra 16th year and the $5 million less to go play with the Yankees. No, I don't think there's any part of him that says that, because I don't even when I compare Soto to Durant was the guy that wanted to be perceived as the leader.
Did you break something?
No, it just popped
This
off.
is like Fisher-Price. What are we doing?
Well, I mean,
what do you call that anyways? Like,
it's a top. It's a cover. It's a mic stand cover. That's what it is.
So, if I'm looking in the dictionary, for that item, it's
not in the dictionary. That's how obscure it is.
It's you couldn't even describe it.
No.
Because it's really, you know what it is? It's unnecessary.
The last 30 seconds, I would say. Unnecessary. Absolutely, I agree. But anyway, the point is this. Why are we continuing to go down this road? Because I think Soto probably sits there right now and says, yeah, we suck this year, yeah. But you know what? My check's cashing. We're doing okay, and I'll be fine, and we'll eventually win, and I'm not worried about that. Is Soto, when I compared him to Durant wanted to be perceived as the Pied Piper who's coming to Brooklyn because everybody told him he had to go do it on his own. He couldn't just go join a team that already won a championship.
Correct.
And so Durant does that, but he just picked the wrong guys, and then he let Kyrie be the leader. He didn't actually want to do the things that were involved in being the leader. I would agree that Soto was a better fit for the Yankees because Judge was the leader there. But this idea that Soto has massive regret right now is just silly.
Oh, please.
The check is clearing, and he's getting everything that he wanted from the Mets that he wasn't getting from the Yankees. It's not just the extra $5 million in one less year. It's all the perks that he's getting from them as well. He wanted all of those things.
You think he's getting the pastrami sandwiches in the family suite if this was Yankee Stadium? I don't think so.
I don't think he's getting his own suite at Yankee Stadium. That's
he's not getting his own suite.
That's
We know
not
that.
the Yankee way.
They're throwing it. You think? Let me ask you a question. You think Juan Soto's going to be in an Emma Stone movie if he's a Yankee? Come on, Emma Stone, Oscars.
Here's what's wrong with me.
Yeah.
Did Soto get hurt before shooting the movie, and he just didn't reveal it until after?
Can I tell you something? I didn't even want to bring this up.
And then fake it.
I didn't even want to bring this, dude. I didn't even want to bring this up yesterday. There is because this season's been so bad, like you'll believe anything.
Yeah.
There is actually a, tinfoil hat theory that is circulating the worldwide internet that he got hurt while filming the movie. And that would be typical Mets. You know that, right? Typical Mets. But in all kidding aside, the conversation about this regret stuff still, about with the signing with them, it's, you know what it is? It's like low-hanging fruit. But the fruit is rotten. It's spoiled. You know what I mean? Like, why are we still talking about this? What's done is done. Yankees got their own problems to worry about right now.
Well,
how about making sure you got a healthy team that you put out there night in and night out?
And if we're talking about throwing away 2 years, the Yankees have thrown away a lot of the Judge prime.
Well, you could say a lot longer than 2.
And Judge has participated in that with his lack of hitting in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But the Yankees have been as bad at that in not capitalizing in the prime of the guy that everybody says is the best player in baseball. And it's not a knock on him. It's not. But they have not capitalized on it for one reason or another, because it's crapshoot. And I know Brian Cashman does, well, I never said crapshoot. Now, this year should not be a crapshoot.
It's not even Judge either. Remember, it was Judge and Cole. It was both of their primes.
Yeah.
Because remember, Cole, at one time, there was a fleeting moment he was considered the best pitcher in baseball. Not anymore, but it's still, you have 2 high-caliber players. Judge certainly on a higher level than Cole is, just in terms of their standing. But the other thing with the Yankees, too, be thankful that you are in a subpar American League. If they were in the National League right now, given all their injuries and the issues they're dealing with, they'd be no better than tied for the 4th best record in the National League. It'd be a lot harder to navigate if that's what they were dealing with compared to the AL.
I'll throw this question out there. Is it harder to take what the Yankees have wasted with Judge than what the Mets have wasted with Soto?
Absolutely. We've heard, I don't know if it's going to happen this year. It might. Like, are the Yankees going to fall short of a championship again this year? It might. Who knows? But I guarantee you when it does, be sitting here, we're going to be hearing from people saying they've wasted another year of Judge. They've wasted another year of... That's going to be the natural refrain, and they're right. They're absolutely right. Now, I don't know when Judge's peak years of productivity are going to come to an end, but I got a feeling that Juan Soto is going to have more peak years still ahead of him because he's younger. I mean, that's obvious, But the Judge, as far as him being the most irreplaceable player in baseball, which I think he is, I really and truly think he is, more so than Ohtani, because the Dodgers are going to keep going, even without him.
But if they make the playoffs, how is he the most irreplaceable player in baseball?
Because it's about winning a championship.
Okay. I mean,
it's about winning a championship.
So in other words, I would argue that we won't be able to find that out until they don't, without him.
Correct.
We'll find that out if he can't come back this year.
But again, you're looking at a Yankee team which judges itself, fans, organization alike, by championship or bust, right?
Yeah.
You need that. We've talked about it. They need that guy to win, right? To win it all, they need that guy. They need that guy producing at the level that he can. And again, this is a guy who, I'll tell you, my money, the best New York Yankee since Mickey Mantle. Everyday player since Mickey Mantle, okay? The guy's got 3 MVPs, should be a 4th. He's as good could be, okay? But yet there's still diehard Yankee fans that want to throw cold water on it all because he doesn't do it in October to the same level that he does it for 162 in the regular season. I can't subscribe to that. That drives me insane because you still have to get there. And take the Mets as an example. Everybody that thinks that you should just, whatever happened, you still got to get to the playoffs. And I think that some Yankee fans are jaded by the fact that they get there each and every year. It's more than just spending money and having a high payroll. Look at the Mets. You can be disastrous. You need guys to produce to help get you there.
Egyptian magicians in the chat. Egyptian magicians.
Say that 10 times fast.
Grassa does a decent Mad Dog.
It's okay.
I think it's solid.
It's okay.
Who does the best one?
I don't know. But that's one of the ones where, you can get away with it as long as you... I think the more kind of out there and quasi-obnoxious you are, it drives the point home. That's the goal when you're doing that one.
It's Carlin. It's Grassa. 800-919-3776. 800-919-ESPN. Get into this Soto thing if you want. Is Soto really just, Jack Parkman?
I'm the only winner on the team. The rest of them are losers, either by choice or by birth.
That's just one of my favorite all-time lines.
How did they acquire Parkman? Was it a trade or a free agent?
He was a free agent, and then they traded him back.
Right, because he was a jerk.
Right.
But why did he decide to sign with them?
Roger Dorn was running the team.
Oh, that's right. Dorn
paid him.
Over. I forgot.
And then Dorn ran the team into the ground and went broke.
Because Taylor retired.
Right.
And then ultimately took over as the manager when Lou Brown had the heart attack.
Right.
Yeah.
And he was on the coaching staff.
I contend that the sequel, while I guess it has its moments and we're sitting here talking about it, the sequel to me was almost like, and I don't mean to pee on our parent company, but it was almost like a Disney movie. It was. I think it was a PG rating, the sequel. The original was not. The
original was R.
R, absolutely. It was R. You had nudity. You had foul language.
The second one was not horrible. It wasn't the first one, but it wasn't horrible.
The Randy Quaid character was very, like, kind of almost like Disney-ish. It was like, where's this guy coming? It was almost like a step above, like, Rookie of the Year as far as, like, a child.
You got to be better than that. Come on. It's much better than Rookie of the Year. Now, if you want to tell me that Major League 3 back to the minors.
Never even stomached. I couldn't even sit through it because I knew
Scott
how bad
Bakula.
That's what I'm saying. Once you start giving me, like, Scott Bakula, I'm done. Because you're deviating so far from the storyline.
Euchre. That check had to be good for Euchre to do Major League 3 back to the minors.
You think he got some kickbacks on that, like from the original at least?
He had to have.
I mean, the first two.
I mean, you ask anybody, Euchre is the best part of the first two movies. It's not even close.
100%. And he was and the character was so much better in one, I think, than two because he was allowed to be more vile.
Best, yeah,
right.
My still favorite line in the whole thing is opening day of 1, where Vaughn gives up the grand slam, then drills the next guy, and Euchre goes, "Uh-oh, about time. It's 8-0."
Right. Or when the one guy, remember he hit like the tapper, and he's like, "There's a hot shot."
Carlin Grasse, ESPN Radio. New York.
This is the Michael K. Show.
Here's the one thing I think is the conundrum for Brian Cashman. If Judge doesn't come back, now doctors reportedly are telling them that he is going to come back. When that's going to be, anybody's guess. But if Judge doesn't come back, by making trades and using collateral to get players back to fill holes, are you throwing good money after bad? I think they can make the playoffs without Judge. I don't think they can win a championship without Judge.
The Michael K. Show, weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube. Presented by the Parisman Firm.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
When care matters most, experience matters more. The Allure Group is redefining rehabilitation and long-term care across New York with 6 convenient locations. Their expert clinicians create personalized care plans to help you recover, rebuild, and get back to what matters most. From short-term rehab to long-term care, Allure is committed to comfort, dignity, and results. To learn more, visit allurecare.com. The Allure Group, where care meets compassion.
You know the feeling. That rush when you reach that goal, make somebody brag a little back home, that's success. And at University of Maryland Global Campus, we believe you should never stop chasing it. That's why UMGC offers an accredited skills-based education that helps move your career forward. We'll teach you how to apply emerging technologies like AI and data science, plus build your skills in leadership, communication, and critical thinking. Explore more than 100 degrees and certificates in business, cybersecurity, healthcare, and more. With affordable and online programs, you can unlock new opportunities to help you succeed again. At UMGC, success is yours for the taking and the making, and nothing should keep you from it, especially not an application fee. Apply now and we'll waive your application fee. Classes start August 12th. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Do you know Sven?
I do. Yeah, Sven Butenschon.
Nice.
You know him? It was on my team. Yeah, Sven Butenschon.
When was the last time you talked to Sven Butenschon?
Not recently, but he's my buddy when we played here.
So if you saw him walking down the street, you'd be like, Sven, it's me, Rick.
Yes. Big hug.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
You know what became of Sven?
DiPietro and Rothenberg. Morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
The summer of soccer continues with Red Bull New York. Saturday, August 1st, Red Bull New York takes on Orlando City SC at Sports Illustrated Stadium. Head to the ESPN New York app for your chance to win 4 tickets to the match. Watch MLS All-Star Julian Hall take on Orlando and global soccer star Antoine Griezmann. The first 10,000 fans will also receive an exclusive Red Bulls beach towel. Kickoff is at 7:30 p.m. Enter to win now on the ESPN New York app.
Carlin, Grassa, ESPN New York on this Tuesday, 800-919-3776. ESPN New York YouTube chat. Later in the show, sometime next hour, we will play the game that we started yesterday. And it's simply this. If I know guy sports fans, they like naming obscure athletes, obscure players. So Ray Danahan will give us a team from the tri-state area from, let's say, the mid-'80s on. And I and Dan will go back and forth naming players on that team. You get 3 strikes.
It's wild. It's wildly popular, the game. I'm going
to need us to release this on social media later. I'm just telling you right now. Because today, after yesterday, I was a disgrace. Today, I'm feeling better.
There has only been one installment of it.
Yes.
But yet it is wildly popular.
Oh, sure.
Right? Bang! And maybe the greatest imaging.
Oh, my God!
Right? The greatest imaging. The
amazing
greatest
imaging.
open.
You know what? Just to give people a little sample.
Yes.
I just want you to just play the start of this game. Who I'm not even sure what we actually named it, but the imaging has the name in it. Hit it. Our production staff actually had to say to Jim Cutler, our professional voice guy, hey, if you could throw in a sarcastic chuckle at the beginning, that'd be great.
No, the best part about the intro, play it again, Harv, just that.
Remember that guy?
If I didn't know
from
any
the
better
team?
and I just heard like the first 2 seconds, I'm thinking it's a Christmas
It's Santa.
themed- It's Santa.
Yeah.
Like the ho, ho, ho. I'm thinking this is like something we bring out in the holidays.
You know what? It feels like the holidays when we're playing it.
Oh, my Lord!
So I'm looking forward
like if
to
it
this.
starts with ho, 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 like what do you expect?
I am very, very excited to play it again today. And again, yesterday was an absolute disaster on my part in the performance of the 1996 New York Mets.
Team that had 2 managers. But I didn't do great either. That was a tough
Forgot
year.
about the whole Dallas Green thing.
That was a transition year. They saw, they well, not that there was anything of substance to break up, but they broke it up. They made trades, fired the manager, and that turned the page kind of in Met lore.
Bobby Valentine, I think that you would have to – he's a top 3 most entertaining manager/coach in the history of this town. Is he not?
Can you imagine him now with social media, like being on the job?
Oh, it'd be amazing.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, this is a guy that mid-game between Yankees-Mets came out to the top step after the entire media had questioned him for bringing in Mel Rojas.
Oh, my God.
To pitch to Paul O'Neill.
Mel Rojas.
Bobby brought him in. O'Neill hammers one to left. A bomb. I think it was 98. I believe it was year 2 of the Subway Series.
Oh.
And the next day, Rojas comes in and strikes somebody out, and Bobby gets on the top step of the dugout, looks up at the press box, and goes, "See?" Bobby was the freaking best.
Mel Rojas, was he in the Lance Johnson trade with the Cubs?
Did he come from the Cubs or come from the Expos?
I thought it was the Cubs. They got Mark Clark, or was it Mark Clark and Turk Wendell? Because he also came from.
Mark Clark came from the Cubs.
Yeah, but I think he might have been in the Lance Johnson trade. Mel Rojas was terrible. Oh my God, was he brutal?
He was so horrible.
Traded.
What?
Traded by the Met. Oh, no, excuse me. Okay. Oh, that was a big trade. They were all part of the trade.
Well, I remember, Phillips, it was a big deal that they got him because he was supposedly pretty good at the time.
So the Cubs sent Mel Rojas, Turk Wendell, Brian McRae.
Oh, yeah.
To the Mets for players to be named later and Lance Johnson. The Mets sent Mark Clark and Manny Alexander, who was an infielder, to the Cubs to complete the trade. So that was a big one.
Yeah. Mel Rojas. Bobby's a top 3. Not in terms of greatness.
Mm-hmm.
Just entertaining.
Oh, hands down.
Entertaining.
He was in a way he would have been great during that that era of the Earl Weavers with the managers.
Yeah.
But it was almost good that he got him a little bit later because the game was more exposed because of, where we were, the 90s and 2000s compared to the 70s and 80s, you know what I mean? No, he was something, man. He was a character.
He was the best.
He was a character.
800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN.
Parcells, Bobby V, right?
Parcells entertaining. Yep, Bobby V entertaining.
I'm trying to think of who
else was entertaining. Was Van Gundy entertaining in his own way?
No, not at all.
Remember, the man grabbed the leg of Alonzo Mourning.
Ray just said it.
What?
Torts.
But was Torts more entertaining than Keenan?
Yes.
Keenan had just the 1 year, right? But Keenan was a nut job.
I think Torts might have been the guy.
They had to calm Keenan down before he walked into the press conference every single night.
I think Torts still might. I'd give him the edge.
Stop coaching, Pat. Stop coaching. Pat Leonard.
Oh, Billy
so
Martin.
bad he had to go to football instead.
Billy Martin.
Billy Martin for sure.
But that was, a little bit earlier than that.
Carlin, Grassi, ESPN New York.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Did you get your windshield fixed? No, this is a big process. I was scared that the whole thing was just going to shatter inwards. Right. And then I'd be cut with glass. I'd drive off the bridge. I'd be a news story. It's not funny. Why is this funny?
So if that were to happen, God forbid, why wouldn't you just stop the vehicle?
No, you keep going.
Hang a left turn 90 degrees and off the bridge.
Do you understand what shards of glass would do?
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
If that did happen, I would tell people that's how he would have wanted to go.
That's not how I want to go.
Morning Start with DiPietro and Rothenberg. Weekdays from 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
There you were, surrounded by fans. Everybody remembers the game. Nobody remembers the guy coughing behind you. Till a few days later, at 2 a.m., you wake up with a fever and your throat's on fire. Now what? Urgent care? Closed. ER? Slammed. Telehealth? Maybe, but the pharmacy's closed. You needed a medical emergency kit. These aren't first aid kits. They contain essential prescriptions used for over 30 common conditions. Sinus and ear infection, UTIs, stomach bugs, traveler's diarrhea, and more on hand before you need them. Use your doctor-developed guidebook to select the right prescription or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. It's like an urgent care and drugstore at home. When you're sick, traveling, or stranded, you'll wish you'd ordered a medical emergency kit. Order online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
Hi, thanks for calling Uline.
Wait, did the phone even ring?
Nope.
Okay, so you answered before the ring. But now you're going to put me on hold, right?
We don't do that here. We're real people answering the phone, ready to help with your order when you are.
Uline has thousands of quality products for your business and warehouse needs, always in stock, ready to ship same day, and backed by Uline's legendary 24/7 customer service. Uline, we warehouse for you.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. You push yourself in everything you do, scanning headlines for insights, keeping an eye on the market. Robinhood puts you in control of your money, all on one platform. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move.
Shohei Ohtani's interpreter was fired today. Ippei Mitsuhara ran up gambling debts to a Southern California bookmaking operation.
The inside story of the biggest scandal in modern baseball.
He was absolutely bananas, the amount of bets he was making. I've never seen anything like it.
From 30 for 30 podcasts, this is The Betrayal of Shohei Ohtani.
Presented by Gusto. Episodes 1 and 2 available now. Listen wherever you get podcasts. Prizes,
Flyaways,
even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com. ESPN New York is your home for the world champion New York Knicks. WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
Let's do it. 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. Dave in the car has been very patient. It's Carlin, it's Grassa on ESPN New York, also on the ESPN New York YouTube channel, where I might take my shirt off later. Here's Dave up first. What's going on, Dave? How are you?
Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for taking my call. You know, I want to run a scenario by you, maybe, get your opinion on it. If the Knicks wouldn't have won the championship, everyone would be saying, God, can we get some guys in here to help this guy Brunson out while he's still in his prime? So let's move that thought to the Yankees. I look at Judge, even though he's not having great postseasons, and I'm like, what would it do for his psyche if the Yankees did now, what Philadelphia just did in Philadelphia with the Sixers? Don't you think that this would be the year to throw caution to the wind? Forget all the salary cap stuff going on and say, if the American League is so soft, how can we lose by bringing in some more guys who can swing some bats who are a bit more bona fide than who we have now?
Well,
I think
there's a
that's
couple
the
of
move
things,
the
though,
Yankees
Dave,
should do now.
Dave, I understand the premise. There's a couple of problems with it, though. Number one, who are the massive offensive players that are available here that can make a huge difference for the Yankees? There's a couple guys who can help, but I don't think there's anybody that you would look at and say that's going to put them over the top. Number two, I was just looking at it during the break just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
The Yankees have one top 25 prospect in baseball, and that's Lombard at number 20. You know how many top 25 prospects the Dodgers have in baseball? 5. Yep. Top 25 prospects in baseball. I think the Yankees have 3 top 100, 3 or 4, with LaGrange, with Elmer Rodriguez, and Dax Kilby. But point is while they do have some ammunition to do some things, if the Dodgers want somebody more than the Yankees, they're going to get him.
And that's the thing with the Dodgers. Yes, they've got money, but they're so smart when it comes to drafting, developing, signing international free agents like that. That's why, and it seems like they keep trading for all these guys. And it's like, why doesn't their farm system deplete like everybody else does? Because they just do it better than everybody else. That's why.
Is there a chance?
Gotcha.
Is there a chance as I'm mentioning.
And that's what drives you crazy, as a matter of fact. So you're trying to compete with them on the field, the payroll, all these other things, but then it's like, oh, sorry, we've got the prospect wherewithal to still be able to compete if we have to do it that way.
Can you imagine for a moment?
Yeah.
Now, I don't think Edwin Diaz is too far from actually coming back. I don't think he's done for the year.
No. There was actually a chance that he was actually going to be able to pitch, like make his return when they were in Citi Field over the weekend. So they just kicked it down the road a couple days.
He's on a rehab assignment at the moment.
Correct.
Can you imagine for a moment the Dodgers, 5 top 25 prospects, would the Padres trade Mason Miller to the Dodgers?
You can't rule anything out.
You can't.
You can't.
I mean, that's how freaking absurd it's gotten. And if the Dodgers say, okay, you can have 2 of these guys and a major league ready pitcher or somebody like that, could they do that? Absolutely, they could do that.
And here's the other thing to keep in mind: this is for the Mets and the Yankees, okay? Because remember, the Yankees we know have more at stake in 2026. They're trying to win this thing. Mets are done, but the Mets are also telling you that their full intention is to compete again in 2027. Like this isn't a rebuild. Like they're going to compete.
No, it's not.
So for any team out there, if you are going to be a seller, for example, and you're thinking, okay, we're going to give up what we have now and we'll just go at it in free agency in the offseason. Free agent class is not very good. It's not.
No.
Like all positions, it's not great. Only one team is going to get Scooble. We know who that is. It's probably going to be the Dodgers, okay? Everything else is a step back. Bats, position players, it is not an outstanding class at all. So even if you're the Yankees and you're trying to win this year, you're trying to win next year, use judgment and use caution about what you go and acquire. And that's why when we talk about somebody like a Miller potentially being an option for the Yankees, you're not going to necessarily be able to go out there in the offseason in free agency and just sign guys that are available who might be able to fit that bill. Remember with the Yankees, too, Bednar's a free agent at the end of the year. So, like, you can form super bullpen for 2026, make Bednar your 8th inning guy, but you now definitely have your closer in hand for the next 3 years, whether Bednar comes back or not.
Boy, you look at the players, and this is not a.
So I'm telling you, Bob.
Really
you know what I mean? It's not very good.
Just, Randy Arozarena.
I have an autographed baseball of Randy Arozarena.
Of course you do.
Because he signed one at a game that I was at, and he threw it into the stands, and it landed right on my lap.
Really?
Yeah.
But don't you think that was probably meant for a kid?
No, he threw it into the stands.
He just threw it.
There wasn't a kid nearby.
Like you didn't. You weren't the guy that came up and snatched it away from a 5-year-old.
It literally. I was sitting down. I was sitting in there was a lot of Seattle fans around me.
So Yankee game?
No, last year when they. I think it was last year when they were at Citi Field. Yeah.
Okay.
And he just because there was a bunch of Mariners fans, and he just signed the ball, threw it into the crowd. Your boy's sitting there eating whatever I forgot I was eating, landed right in my lap.
Really?
Right in the lap.
Did it land in the food?
No, food spared.
Okay.
Which was great.
Just to give you an idea.
Yeah.
And these are guys who have to opt out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. There's Bichette. There's Corbin Burns.
Corbin Burns isn't healthy, by the way, so he's not going anywhere. Yeah.
No. You know who's a free agent? Anthony Rendon. The worst contract in the history of baseball.
Isn't he officially retired, or they cut him, or he's done.
Yeah, he's done at $35 million per. I think
baseball's not his priority. Remember?
No, but I'm just pointing out that he's a free agent. That's how bad the class is. George Springer's a free agent.
Yeah, that ship has sailed.
Yep. Gleyber Torres is a free agent.
No thanks.
Robbie Ray.
Nope. Tight pants and all. Nope.
Jack Flaherty.
No, it's not going to cut it, Bob.
Rhys Hoskins.
No.
Arozarena.
Nope.
Jorge Soler.
I mean, no.
Nick Pivetta. Well, Nick Pivetta would have to opt out.
Nick Pivetta is not giving the Padres what they freaking need this year. That's why they need starting pitching.
Yep. Acuna is a club option. They'll pick him up. Sandy Alcantara's club option. They'll pick him up.
Sandy Alcantara is somebody that, he will be coveted.
Yeah. Alec Boehm do anything for you? No. Here's the point.
Nah.
You're right. The class stinks.
Horrible defensively.
It absolutely stinks.
It's just one of those years. Like you're going to have, you have Scooble, which is going to set the market for the most money probably ever given to a starting pitcher, right? It's going to be the richest starting pitching contract ever. And everybody else, it's just kind of, because, and that's the thing with Clay Holmes, like the decision with the Mets when it comes to Clay Holmes, whether or not to move it or not. or sign him to an extension. If you're Clay Holmes, yeah, you could say that you like New York, you like the Mets, you want to be loyal, all those things, but you kind of owe it to yourself. And I'm sure his agent is telling him this too. Dude, you can be the best non-Tarek Skubal starting pitcher on the market. Like, you're going to get paid.
Yeah.
Like, more than maybe what the Mets are going to give you in an extension if you opt to sign one.
Michael King, maybe.
Not bad, but again, we're not talking like ones.
No.
You know?
We're talking twos at best.
Nice. Nice guys. Like, just, they're okay.
Subi's in Midtown. He's next on ESPN New York. Subi, what's up, baby? How are you?
Yeah, you guys were talking baseball, obviously. I have opinions on that. I think, obviously, Yankees fielding issues are going to come into play in the playoffs, so they should, try to get someone who's at least a good – I was thinking Andres Jimenez maybe. But regarding basketball, that's another opinion I have. Do you think Mike Brown is going to help the Knicks because of his knowledge of LeBron? He can really shut down that defense. I think that's what he did last year. And do you think that's an X factor? And do you think Ty Butler is out of place for rooting for the Sixers over the Knicks because he is on the station? Why is he rooting for the Sixers over the Knicks when the time comes?
Go ask him. I mean, who cares?
Yeah, I mean, Ty.
So if that's what's bothering you today, then I don't know what to tell you.
Ty's out of pocket. He's out of whack. He's out of line.
I got nothing.
It's outrageous, egregious, preposterous.
Got nothing.
Terrible. Yeah, love Ty. Do whatever you have to do. The fraud thing, we're all frauds. Everybody knows. Personally, you know it. You look in your heart, you know you're a fraud. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. Me, fraud. Biggest fraud there is.
How so?
Just in general.
You mean like a sports fraud?
I could be a fraud in many, many ways.
Like you said, no, but I think you hit it right on the head. I think everybody is. We all are.
Yeah, no, we're all frauds. Like, let's just admit what we are. Yeah, I mean, we would all be strong candidates on Fraud Alert Friday. Absolutely, we would.
I was a fraud. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, it's an open show, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, you're going to take your shirt off later, potentially.
I'm lucky. If you're lucky.
Potentially. Right. I mean, that would be a sight for sore eyes.
How do you do that thing on the YouTube chat where they send you money? That's what I would do. That's the Jake Asman
For
thing.
dollars? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Make it rain.
If they make it rain up in here, then yeah, I'll do it.
And it's going to rain out there. We know that all day. But if it could rain in here, why not? You might as well benefit from it.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that thing, but if you're out there and you know how to send money in the chat, by all means, go ahead, and then we'll start talking about my shirt coming off.
Harv, you know how that works? Or no? No?
Nope.
Thanks, Harvey.
Ray?
Dynamite drop in.
Ray, do you ever just donate any particular reason?
Donate in a YouTube chat?
That's right.
Yeah.
I can't see myself ever doing that.
You don't send Jake a couple of bucks to be a premium commenter to get a response? That's the thing. I'm not knocking it. It's a brilliant, like Jake has done a brilliant job in building up what he has done on the social platforms. Brilliant.
It's an alternative OnlyFans.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
For people that wouldn't get
now,
it,
if I
for
wanted to
people
make
that
some
wouldn't
money,
get like a nickel if it was the real OnlyFans, like they found a way to profit like on a non-sexual OnlyFans.
I mean, it obviously would be there'd be a fat fetish thing. There's got to be some fetishes that I could cash in and not have to show my face to make some money on OnlyFans.
Didn't you? You were waxing poetic yesterday about your calves.
Yeah. Do you think there's a calves thing on OnlyFans? Like,
is there a calf?
My calves are so good, people would know it's me.
That's probably true. I mean, depending
calf fans or is it calf fans or only calves? You think?
Only calves.
What are you doing today? I'm on only calves. I told you it's a fetish. I'm getting help.
My parents ashamed. You're selling your body on only calves. Oh, my God.
Oh, my gosh. OnlyFans.
Your father's turning over in his grave. Well, blame him. He gave me the calves.
And you thought the 42nd Street was the low point. It's not.
$20 super chat if you do, Chris. That's from Black Metronome. He's got 20 right now if I turn it into his super chat. Turn on the super chat. All right. Just send me the money. How about that?
Yeah, just take the 20
my Venmo. I'll tell you what my Venmo is.
And then whatever happens, happens.
Yeah. Just look for me on Venmo. I'm sure you'll find me on there. It's Carlin, it's Grassa, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. He did bring up something interesting there, though, that I wanted to get to today. We'll get to some football here shortly with camps opening up. But
it's first day of school.
Did you see the report from Shams about what the Sixers' plan is with LeBron? A lot of point guard in his future.
I mean, it's a report, yeah, but I mean, let's face it. He's told us for 20 years that he loves being the facilitator.
But the last time he really was the true point guard was probably 2019. Granted, that season they won the championship, although it was the summer camp championship in COVID.
But nowadays, I mean, these guys, bring the ball up and down the floor. It's almost like positionless basketball, especially like him. The kind of freestyle run and gun type of game that we are right now in the NBA. We'd said it yesterday, like if Philadelphia is going to be as successful as everybody wants them, well, at least they want themselves to be, he's going to have to take a back seat. Like he's going to have to be no higher than like the third or fourth scoring option on that club.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But I would have gone into that thinking LeBron might be playing more in the front court. Although, listen, he and Maxey getting up and down the floor, that's pretty dynamic. Like if I were the Sixers right now, I don't even know what to make of Embiid. I would just try to run everybody out of the building.
How available is Embiid going to be?
I'm taking Embiid out of that discussion for a moment.
Because you would have to say, right? You would have to say that out of all of these variables for Philadelphia, he's still the one that you would say, I don't know what you're getting from him.
Oh, absolutely
right?
True.
Embiid's the guy. Like I don't know what to expect. Like you feel good about Edgecombe, Maxey. They're young enough and they're productive enough. LeBron, I mean, it's 20-something years. He's going to do his thing. He knows what he needs to do to stay ready and to make himself available. And then Jaylen Brown, I mean, he's in the prime of his career. Like, I don't have any doubt about what he's going to provide. Now, how will all those ingredients mix and, come out of the pot? That's what's going to be intriguing. And you're going to see plenty of them, by the way, right? There was that report that, expect to see them. Is it 34, the max allowed national TV games?
Yeah.
They
hit it.
They're going to get maxed out.
Yes.
Yeah.
What I'm waiting for is what I don't know if we talked about this on or off the air yesterday, what the holidays look like. Like, because the NFL has taken away Christmas Day from the NBA. Can the NBA, on a year like this, actually, after having the Knicks win a championship, steal it back? If you're going to say, let's have Sixers Boston, let's have Sixers Knicks, let's have Spurs Knicks, and not, and maybe the Knicks not getting stuck in the 12 noon first game spot. Like, I think that could be possible. And if that's the case, like, the NBA, I don't know that the NBA would outrate the NFL, but they could certainly put a bigger chunk into it again.
Ben Axelrod is somebody who writes for Front Office Sports.
Yeah.
Fine little publication there. He just threw something against the wall yesterday about a potential Christmas Day NBA slate.
Yeah.
He came up with the noon game, Heat Celtics, 2:30 Spurs Thunder, 5 p.m. Lakers Warriors.
Wait a minute. Noon game.
Heat Celtics.
2:30
Spurs Thunder.
5
p.m. Lakers Warriors.
Okay.
8 p.m. The champs against the Sixers.
I can't believe I'm going to say this.
And there's one more.
The only team that I would get out of there is the Warriors.
Oh, I agree.
I don't know
Lakers
that the Warriors
does nothing for me.
Does nothing. Well, the Lakers don't do anything for me right
neither
now.
one.
It's just Luka.
Exactly. That game that should be the 10:30 game. And at 10:30, he says Timberwolves Nuggets.
I'd
rather watch T-Wolves Nuggets than Lakers Warriors.
I say all that, and then I go back and I check what the Christmas Day NFL slate is. Holy crap.
I was just going to give you that.
Yeah. Packers, Bears.
Oh, my.
Bills, Broncos, Rams, Seahawks. Like, they just rolled out the heavy hitters right there.
Now, would the Bills be
without even using the Cowboys in the mix?
Would the Bills be so bold as to wear those disgusting new uniforms? The Conference USA
What
uniforms?
What are we doing? They look like, I said Boise State. You said they look like Memphis. What is that?
Yeah.
Like, isn't it enough that you're opening up what's supposed to be an incredible new stadium in Buffalo? Isn't that enough?
Something popped up where somebody did a cool little mashup they took like a giant like rack of jerseys, those jerseys, and it said coming soon. And it was the rack of jerseys at TJ Maxx and the sign on the rack like 75% off.
Oh, my God. Those are bad.
They're awful. You know what they look like? They look like, you know when you go to, I don't know, like a place like Target or something like that, and they have like a section of the store where they sell like team merchandise or whatever, but they're clearly like nowhere near real. They're not even replicas. They're kind of almost like Target made them themselves.
They're replicas of replicas.
Replicas of replicas of replicas.
Yeah.
That's what they look like.
Yeah.
And these are officially like league sanctioned, and the team actually said, yeah, good idea. They look great.
Get after it. Go get it.
I mean, what are we doing?
I will say the Jet white on white I dig.
Oh, I think
it looks great.
It's clean.
Yes.
It's clean.
It is very clean.
You know? And they're going to play the Packers wearing them for the home opener.
Which is odd that the Packers are going to be wearing green in the Jets building on opening day.
But they took a page, I guess, out of the Packer book, too, because the Packers now have that white helmet that they wear, 1 or 2 games a year.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of the same. I mean, if you're a green team with the uniform, there's only so many things you could do.
Back to the LeBron thing about playing point guard. I am really fascinated into how that all works, and I get it. There's one ball. There's all these guys. There's all these options. How do they play that out? Okay, but with LeBron in particular, the style of play is what is most interesting to me, because do you know that LeBron last year was number 2 in the league in fast break points? You know who was number 1 in the league in fast break points?
Who?
Tyrese Maxey. And then I believe...
Dude, he's like a roadrunner out there with the ball.
I believe that Jaylen Brown was somewhere in the top 15, if I'm not mistaken.
Tyrese Maxey is one of those guys. I always used to say this about Jason Kidd when he played, too. I mean, same position. They're faster with the ball than they are even without the ball.
Understood.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, Tyrese Maxey is one of the fastest players I've ever seen in person.
Tyrese Maxey, unfortunately, and it's only going to make this more difficult for him, he's still almost underrated as a player.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's good enough to be a number 1 on some team. And now when you look at, this so-called super
Not a great team. Not a great team yet.
No, not a great team. But, like, you look at this so-called, latest version of a super team that they think that they've conceived there in Philadelphia, and he just kind of gets pushed down the totem pole a little bit more because you have more accomplished players. He's got 2 guys on his team who are an MVP. He's got another guy on his team who is a finals MVP. And then there's him. But he might be the first or second best player on the Sixers right now.
Oh,
right?
It's either him or Jaylen Brown.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Embiid is diminished because he can't stay healthy. LeBron is, 40. And VJ Edgecombe's not there yet.
Right. I think that with that being the case, that's why I'm very curious about how they're going to employ Embiid when he's available. I expect that Embiid's not going to play more than 40 games during the regular season. What I also want to know is Embiid so far down the road that he can't possibly buy into the LeBron stuff as far as, the conditioning, all that kind of thing. Like LeBron, who openly criticized Embiid on Team USA for his lack of conditioning.
I don't think this is going to like turn over a new light for Joel Embiid, and all of a sudden he's going to be like the epitome of fitness because LeBron's there.
The 2 of them are going to be running up the steps in Philly to the statue.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it is. They're going to have to pick their spots, a la what the Knicks did with Mitchell Robinson, a plan to keep him healthy, and it worked. Maybe the Sixers take a page out of that. It's possible. But what struck me when you ran off that list yesterday of the odds right now for champion, like I was surprised at how high Boston was. Remember, like you said, they were in the top 6.
Yeah.
Remember, like we did the 4, and then there was 2 more, and it was Cleveland and Boston that were in the top 6 to win the championship.
Here's what it was. LeBron was 1 in fast break points per game.
Yeah.
Maxey was 3. And then Jaylen Brown was 14.
Well, think about what LeBron was playing with out there, too. Like, that Luka wasn't getting up and down the floor.
No, he wasn't.
Luka's like the most out of shape, 27-year-old or whatever it is that there is in the game. How old is he now? What is he up to?
Luka?
Yeah.
I believe he's 28. He's either 27 or 28. But he's got a gut as if he's 41. He's always had the gut.
27. Well, because the thing with Luka is...
Is he 27?
27.
Okay.
The problem with Luka is that, from a teenager, he was playing with men. He was playing professional basketball in Europe and he was playing with men as a teenager. So he kind of just immersed himself in that lifestyle, so to speak. And he never really was able to snap out of it. And if he really wants to have the longevity of, I'm not saying like LeBron, but any of these guys, who even like Kevin Durant, who played till their late 30s and they're still to be reckoned with, he's going to have to do his part, let's face it. And we can, believe all the conspiracy theories, what led to it, or, the Mavericks making the dumb trade, but as we know, the conditioning was an aspect to it.
Other one I'll throw in there, Edgecombe was apparently 36th in the league.
In fast break points?
I mean, that's 4 guys that are up and down the court in the top 35 at that.
And that's a rookie who's still trying to pick his spots.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of times, you see, fast break points to me, you could be, if you're the beneficiary of it, and obviously the points would indicate it, you could be cherry picking more than anything else. Right? I mean, if it's a fast break and somebody else is doing the heavy lifting and you're just hey guys, pass me the ball and I'm right underneath the basket, okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I treated every defensive possession whenever I played in rec ball.
You just didn't want to get up and down the court.
No, just throw me the ball. Hey, we all know I'm not defending anybody.
I'll protect the paint.
Right. I'm good for 5 fouls, but that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise,
but I'm not getting up and down the floor.
Maybe I'll pick up a flagrant if you want it. I could do that.
Yellow card.
I did slap a kid across the face one time, and he was so obnoxious.
Why would you do that?
Because because it was rec ball.
Yeah.
And the kid was a point guard on the team.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just an obnoxious jerk.
Is what age now?
College.
Okay.
It's rec league in college.
Okay.
Rich kid.
Oh, okay.
Point guard on the team. Was a terrible finisher. This is Division III. Could not finish.
Did he have his sweater tied around his waist while he played? When you say rich kid?
He may as well have.
Yeah.
But he got up and down the floor. He'd basically get out there like he's white chocolate, like he's Jason Williams. I'm
wearing a Vineyard Vine shirt or something.
These 4 fat guys who are just coming in from basically smoking a ton of weed, and they got stopped at McDonald's on the way to play in this game. Oh, I'm going to make you look silly. And he did that to me twice in a row. Just trying to
crossed you up.
But not only that.
Broke the ankles.
I didn't even have ankles. I had cankles. And so I didn't fall to the ground, but he's just doing this thing to make you look silly. And so the next time he came down the floor, he's doing the head fake.
What you got, man? What you got?
And
you want this? You want a piece of me?
Exactly.
I got you.
As he goes right at me, I just went, whap!
Like Bill Lane beer.
Yes, right across the face.
And what did it lead to? A fracas?
He turned around. He got right up in my face. He was shorter than me.
Yeah.
And I'm 6 feet.
Are you 6? Are you a solid 6?
I'm 6.
Yeah.
Right on the button.
Okay.
And he was probably 5'10" at best. Got very thin though. Just got up in my face. I just looked at him and said, "This is incidental."
And there was no officiating.
I mean, there was another kid officiating.
Oh, they didn't bring in men's refs that they $20 a game or anything like that.
Zebra shirts out there.
Like that?
No. Local high school refs who were looking to pick up $20 on a night off.
That's what I mean. I thought it might have been, or even teenagers or something.
No, it was
the umps for kids softball.
No, it was
games.
a rec league in college, so they had other college kids come in and ref.
Oh my Lord!
And the kid who was the ref hated that kid too. So he called a foul. He didn't call a flagrant. I don't think there were flagrants at the time. I don't know what it was called, but
I always loved playing playground basketball, which is where you learn your toughness as a kid or whatever. That you kind of self-policed the officiating.
Yes.
You drive to the lane if somebody breathed on it, foul. That's fine. And then you could not overturn it. There was no playground instant replay. If some dude just went there and you barely breathed on him and he went, "Oh, that's a foul." You had to honor it. You know what I mean? You could sit there and you can, exchange pleasantries verbally, but no, it was a foul, so they retained possession. I love that part about it. That was great.
That's how, rec league basketball was how you found out you were tough?
Not rec league.
Whether or not
playground.
Playground
Like
was
outdoor,
how you found out whether or not you were tough.
Oh, absolutely. You learned it there.
My brother one time bet his buddy that I could beat up his buddy's younger brother. So basically, he put the two kids in a fight club at like 8 years old. Joe Malloy was the kid. Some of the stuff that happened in my youth.
What is that?
I don't know. My brother Jim bet Pete Malloy, one of his best friends, who Pete was a good dude.
Yeah.
But he bet him. He's like, Chris could beat up Joe. There's no question. And I was a fat little kid. And not overly fat, but, chunky. And Joe was shorter than me, but Joe was rough. Joe, I don't know if I'm speaking out of turn here. Joe went to prison.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, at one point.
Do we know what the crime was?
I don't know specifically.
White collar, blue collar?
I worked with him at the A&P. And
what did A&P stand for, by the way?
I forget. Crummy supermarket.
Something in produce?
He agriculture and produce, I don't know. But he pulled up his Camaro to the back of the A&P and would throw steaks into the trunk. Steal steaks from the place.
Really?
Anyway, my brother...
You know what A&P stands for, by the way?
What?
The Great Atlantic and Pacific Tea Company. How do you get a grocery store out of that?
I don't know. They did.
Anybody going there for tea? Anyway. You know what that was almost like?
And Joe beat the crap out of me.
It's almost like...
I was a terrible fighter.
And you were like 8 years old?
Somewhere between 8 and 10.
So you got pimped out when you were like 8 to 10 years old. Basically,
to join a fight club.
Like blood sport.
Yes.
You might as well have been in Thailand.
Pretty much. It's basically the child version of cockfighting, dog fighting, all of that. Yes.
Little Chris Carlin.
And I was a wuss. I was a complete wuss. I had no idea how to fight.
And so what was the parental...
All I had to do was get somebody on the ground. That's it. Fight's over if I do that.
What was the parental's reaction to this, when they found out about it?
They never found out.
Never?
No. Never found out. You got to remember, my parents had 5 kids in 6.5 years, and then me 8 years later.
So then when it was
I was not at the top of the concern list.
Anything short of you setting yourself or being set on fire, potentially, in the home... It really is just like, it'll be okay.
They had already taught me how to stop, drop, and roll. So it's, all right. Did you ruin your shirt? I got to buy you another shirt?
Yeah. Is the rug damaged? We have plastic on the furniture, but still.
Grassa, Carlin, ESPN New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
NBA champion, finals MVP, Jalen Brunson. Describe the experience of what the last month has been like for you.
That's a loaded question. It's been a roller coaster, honestly. Obviously, once we won and everything was up high and everything was amazing. The parade and all of that, just everything after we won was just amazing.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Weekdays at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Kids, KARS, Cars for Kids, 1-877 Cars for Kids, donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids, KARS, Cars for Kids, 1-877 Cars for Kids, donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877-CARS4KIDS to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to cars4kids.org now or call 877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids, KARS, Cars for Kids, 1-877 Cars for Kids.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to cars4kids.org. That's cars with a K.
Tricon Construction is growing across New Jersey, delivering larger, more complex commercial projects with the precision today's developers expect. Because when the timelines, capital, and reputation are all on the line, you need more than a contractor. You need a true construction partner. Tricon brings experienced leadership, disciplined project management, and a team built around accountability and execution. From planning to completion, they build with purpose, professionalism, and pride. For serious commercial projects, build with Tricon. Visit triconbuilds.com. That's triconbuilds.com.
It's summertime, so why are you still living with pain? If you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or nerve pain, don't wait any longer. Call Dr. Jay Shaw at Soundwell Pain. He's Ivy League trained, double board certified, no surgery, no long recovery, no relying on pain medication. Just non-surgical image-guided treatments that help you get your life back. With offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood, and most major insurances are accepted. Help is close. Go to SoundwellPain.com. Feel better this summer, not someday.
The summer of soccer is heating up with Red Bull New York. Join the Red Bulls on Saturday, August 1st as they take on Orlando City SC at Sports Illustrated Stadium. It's Hometown Heroes Night, celebrating the first responders, community leaders, and everyday heroes who make a difference across our communities. Kickoff is at 7:30 p.m., but the fun starts at 4 p.m. on the Boulevard with 3 hours of pregame entertainment. Get your tickets today at NewYorkRedBulls.com.
You make sure his toys don't have any sharp edges. You taught her what to do when the smoke alarm goes off and to wear a helmet when she rides her bicycle. You do so much to keep your child safe. But are you using the right car seat for your child? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. For information on the right seat for your child, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
Sponsored by the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
Drip Drop is doctor-developed, proven fast hydration that helps your body and mind work better. Trusted by firefighters, medical professionals, and over 90% of top college and pro sports teams. Drip Drop is engineered to hydrate faster and more effectively than water alone, with 3 times the electrolytes of leading sports drinks. Stock up now at dripdrop.com and use promo code RADIO20 for 20% off your first order. That's dripdrop.com, promo code RADIO20.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Is this Lauper?
Yes. Jesus, you hear this song, I'm at the roller skating rink.
Yeah.
You know, for one of those like school outing things.
Who was the girl that you wanted to skate with when it was time to
I wasn't
skate
a very
couples
good
up?
skater.
No. She couldn't really do it?
No. I was
stuck over by the video games?
Better ice skater than roller skater.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
I couldn't ice skate to save my life. I could roller skate a little bit.
I want to get back on the blades again. I just don't have the time. I keep saying we got to get back on the blades. I even got a pair of skates. God knows when the last time I put them on. But yeah, I want to do that.
All right.
Maybe once hockey season rolls around again, but get back out there.
It's Carlin. It's Grassa, ESPN New York, and on ESPN New York YouTube channel. In just a little bit, we are going to play a round of Name That Obscure Guy.
Such a long title.
From that team.
We got to narrow this down.
It's amazing, though. Right now, though, I think
it's a great game.
Oh, it is a great game.
game.
Harvey, I'm springing this on you. Can we do some audio files? I think we should do some audio files. So let's do some audio files. Hit it.
The audio file.
Again, I sprung it on you. So
he's ready.
Apologies. Aaron Boone. They win last night on Winning Ugly. This is how tough is it putting a lineup together right now?
We have good players still, so it's different. There's no sugarcoating, missing great players right now. All players that we're confident are going to be back in our lineup in some point, so there's that excitement, but we also feel like we have people capable of stepping up and helping us win games on a nightly basis.
Here's the thing. There is some debate as to whether. Sorry, hit that by accident. Fat fingers.
I don't know if last week I didn't hit anything, and then it just started playing.
The debate right now is, at least in some circles, are they actually deep to the point where that is helping get them home, where they're winning 10 out of 14 games, and we're still complaining about them not scoring nearly enough runs?
Yeah, because you could get by that in the regular season, right? You could play teams that aren't very good or teams that are scuffling at absolutely the right time. And I think that they're taking advantage of it here. They got Philly, I think, at a good time. Chicago's just been kind of lately. So be it. They all count the same. You don't have to throw the wins back.
Listen, I have no problem with the notion that you want to believe in what the depth is. It's just, it doesn't do enough for me when it ultimately matters. And I hate to be continuing to say this. We're not even at August 1st yet.
No.
I honestly don't really worry in the least about whatever happens during the rest of the regular season, other than when Judge and or Stanton and or more specifically Judge and Bellinger are back. And Bellinger now is 4 to 6 weeks, as we know.
Have we ever seen anything like that? Like in this town? Like the Mets are dead. Okay, but you might be looking at September is when Soto comes back, if he comes back. Yankees could be looking at Judge, Bellinger, Stanton, all making a return in the final month of the season. And if I would have told you, when did Judge get hurt? The end of May?
Yeah.
Okay. If I would have told you when he got hurt, guess what? You're not seeing him again until September. Stanton will not be seen until September. Bellinger is going to get injured in late July, and he'll miss a month. What would you think about the Yankee prospects, and where would you, when I say prospects, their overall standing?
Possibilities.
Right, and possibilities, and where would you think they would be situated at that point in the AL East? Better or worse than where they are right now? Or right about the same? Might be a little more gloom and doom.
Here's the thing. I don't know what to make of everybody else.
Right.
We've seen all of these teams go on ridiculous runs. We saw the Rays go on a ridiculous run for a month. What are the Red Sox doing right now? It's absurd. So it kind of has more to do with that than anything else. Problem is, I just expect nothing to really change with them. Like, if you told me they won the division, that would be unsurprising.
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to have the best record in the league? I mean, they better at that point. If you win the division and you look at the rest of the American League, there's no reason for the Yankees to not have the bye, right?
100%.
Because that means they would have outlasted the Rays, who right now have the best record, and everybody else is 5 and 6 games behind the Yankees in terms of wins. So I would fully expect that to be the case if they caught the Rays, that they're going to have the number 1 seed and they're going to have the bye.
There's a report, Robert Murray reporting that the Rays, Bob Murray, Rays are kicking the tires on one Freddie Peralta. Outstanding. Make it happen.
Or maybe we could get a little revenge on the Victor Zambrano situation. Maybe their pitching coach thinks he can fix him in 5 minutes.
Forget about that. You see what Cedric Mullins is doing this year for the Rays?
Oh, my God.
The guy wasn't even functional last year when the Mets got him, and now this year in Tampa Bay, he's contributing to a first-place club.
Part of that Yankee offense is Jazz Chisholm, and last night did something that was unexpected. It worked. Didn't love it. Jazz Chisholm on his decision to bunt, which ended up scoring Jason Dominguez.
I mean, I just feel like we had guys that were behind me that would get the job done, and it's a lefty, righty right behind me, and just get him a chance to drive in some runs and put some extra runs on the board to win the game.
What strikes me about Jazz is the lack of baseball instinct sometimes kind of drives me a little bit nuts, and why I don't fully trust him when I need to.
Flighty. A good way to put it.
Is he flighty? He's flighty.
He's flighty.
Yeah.
He's flighty.
But is he flighty because his head's just out there, or is he flighty because maybe he takes things just a little too much for granted in what he's doing?
I think he's just a little
or
out
both.
there. I think maybe a little bit of both. But he's out. I mean, like the popsicle thing, the toothpick thing. I mean, that's flighty.
It was a lollipop, not a popsicle. Like if he's out at second base with a bomb pop, that would have been fun.
You know why I said popsicle? Because over the weekend I was at my nephew's and they were eating popsicles, and that's why.
Can you imagine him at second base with a creamsicle out there?
The red, white, and blue one?
Yeah, the bomb pop.
Oh, that's what I think
that's
called
the bomb pop. I think so.
Something like that. Yeah. Or how about a fat frog? I knew you'd get a kick out of that. I knew you'd get a kick out of that one. That's going back a ways. Remember the fat frog?
You don't know whether you should lick it or bite it. The whole
Buffalo Bill had the gumball nose.
Yeah.
Do I eat the gumball first or after the ice cream?
I like the one that was like the cherry Italian ice in like a cone, and the gumball was at the bottom. There was a gumball at the bottom of that.
I don't know if I'm familiar with that one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah. A big chocolate eclair guy.
See, I was a toasted almond.
Yeah, of course you were. You're You're basic. That's what you are.
The toasted almond is tough to find, by the way, now. Now, like, you can't
You know
even
why?
find it
Because it has no flavor.
in your local.
That's why.
No, it has a flavor.
It does not have a flavor.
It has a flavor, and I'll tell you what, they shrunk the size considerably. You can't get.
I'm
you're not getting
glad that
your
you
bad
brought
boy.
that up.
Yeah.
This is an epidemic. This is an epidemic of foods that we're purchasing, bagels, along those lines, things like that we are shrinking the size of and now charging more for.
Thank you. You buy a box of the Good Humor, whatever, it's the chocolate eclairs, the toasted almonds, whatever. I remember as a kid, you'd get it from, like, the ice cream truck or whatever. Like, you open that thing, like, boy, that would satisfy you for hours. Now you open up the one you get at the grocery store. It's like in this little unmarked, no frills, like, white wrapper thing, and then you open it up, and it's like, this?
What the hell is this?
It's like baby's first ice cream bar.
I went to a place this morning to get a bagel.
Yeah.
And they normally had, well, not what I'd say oversized bagels, just a good-sized bagel.
Appreciable.
Yeah. They clearly shrunk it.
Really?
Clearly have shrunk what they are selling as bagels now, and that's a problem.
When was the last time you went to this establishment?
6 months ago. And it was just an average-sized bagel. This was a shrunken bagel. It's crap.
Wonder if it has anything to do with Iran.
Could be. Can't get those bagels through the Strait of Hormuz. You never know.
Is that open or closed now?
I don't know.
Latest?
I don't know. Buster Olney. Hey, if you were hoping to trade Anthony Volpe,
and I don't think he has a lot of value. Like he wouldn't have value now in the marketplace because he's now has service time and arbitration and that sort of thing. I mean, let's face it. Given his production, he would be a candidate for a non-tender this winter. I would imagine. And yes, George Lombard Jr. It feels like he's banging on the door. At some point, because no one doubts that right away, the first day he arrives in the big leagues, he's going to be an impact defender and he's an impact base runner. And his offense has gotten better during his time in the minor leagues this year when he got promoted. I mean, you keep on waiting for him at some point to get that call. Maybe Volpe's included in a trade at some point. But his value has definitely gone down.
Think about that. I don't believe he has a lot of value at all. That's where we are with Volpe. And this is why the Lombard thing, I would expect if they don't trade Lombard in a big deal by next week, that we will see him in August. I would not be surprised at all that we will see him in August.
Well, based upon like this Bellinger injury now, this is a guy you're depending on in most cases, that you're going to have to find somebody to compensate. And unless they're going to be able to go get that guy in the open market or on some other team at the deadline, you may want to take your time with the kid, but he might be pressed into duty out of necessity.
One last one here from Buster. This on the Yankees' top priority at the deadline.
They feel like that their biggest need right now is an impact arm in their bullpen. And so I think that's definitely something going to get, and they're going to add a hitter. But it might be, if you're going to devote assets to one position or another, if Mason Miller is available, then it would not surprise me if that's the one, because, man, you put him at the back end of your bullpen. And by the way, it's not only for this year, but he's under team control for a few years.
3 years, to be exact.
3 after this year.
Yeah. So, in other words, Mason Miller is going to cost you a fortune. He's only making $4 million this year. He is going to cost you a fortune in prospects. But if you want to go after a guy like that, I would much rather go get the dominant guy and give up the higher level prospects, and multiple of them, even if it includes Will Warren in there as a major league pitcher to go with, because it's going to be Lombard. Lombard's going to be the guy that they're going to want.
Just to put it in perspective, when the Padres got Mason Miller from the A's, okay, the jewel of that package that they gave Oakland was a guy by the name of Leo DeVries, who is now the number 2 overall prospect in baseball.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what they gave up as the centerpiece of a package to get him. Yankees are going to have to get, and any team that gets Mason Miller, they're going to have to get very creative.
Carlin, Grassa, ESPN New York. The New York Red Bulls taking on Orlando City SC Saturday, August 1st, Sports Illustrated Stadium. Kickoff set for 7:30 p.m. Celebrate Hometown Heroes Night with Red Bull New York.
Harvey will be there.
They'll be on parade. Did they play that when the Red Bulls come out?
Yeah, it's actually their goal song, yep.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, there you go. Well, listen, be among the first 10,000 fans for an exclusive beach towel giveaway for your chance to win a family 4-pack of tickets. Enter now at ESPNNewYork.com or through the ESPN New York app. Don't miss Julian Hall, Antoine Griezmann when the Red Bulls host Orlando City SC. Saturday, August 1st. Secure your seats at NewYorkRedBulls.com. Carlin, Grassa, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. So what's the very latest on when Judge is back? The answer in moments.
This is the Michael Kay Show.
Here's the one thing I think is the conundrum for Brian Cashman. If Judge doesn't come back, now doctors reportedly are telling them that he is going to come back. When that's going to be, anybody's guess. But if Judge doesn't come back, by making trades and using collateral to get players back to fill holes, are you throwing good money after bad? I think they can make the playoffs without Judge. I don't think they can win a championship without Judge.
The Michael Kay Show, weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube. Presented by the Parisman Firm.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. At Rings End, they're there to help realize your modern design visions. That's why they partner with Marvin. Engineered for big ideas, Marvin modern windows and doors deliver effortless elegance, expansive views, and industry-leading innovation, all in a modular system designed to meet the exacting principles of modern architecture. Experience Marvin Modern at a Rings End showroom today and create something stunning with them. Rings End is a certified Marvin installing retailer.
Fans arrive early at Yankee Stadium on Saturday, August 8th for the 78th Annual Old Timers Day presented by Fresh Direct. See Yankees legends put on the pinstripes again and take the field at Yankee Stadium. Relive memories of your favorite former Yankees and make new memories with your family. After the Old Timers Day ceremony and game conclude, stick around to see your Bronx Bombers take on Atlanta. Get your Saturday, August 8th Old Timers Day tickets presented by Fresh Direct at Yankees.com/tickets today.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
Miller time. People think it just happens, but that's not true. You know what you gotta do? You gotta go say hello with some beers. Make the plans. Forget the couch. Go to that thing. Play the game. See them in person. Talk to that stranger. Live a little. Small acts of rebellion that bring us together. Because legendary moments start with a light. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. 2026 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
In a world parched for excitement, one drink will emerge. Twisted Tea, the refreshing thrill ride of flavor. Recreating its classic role as the hard iced tea that goes down smooth. Twisted Tea doesn't just taste like real iced tea, it's made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol. Taste the adventure with Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Congratulations, New York. The Knicks did it. Through battle after battle, they dominated to become this year's NBA champions. Day in and day out, the hard work paid off, and you were there every step of the way. Enjoy the crown. Own it, because this year is your year. A part of your legacy that will never be forgotten. So celebrate this moment, show your pride, and shop the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
And the other one was when he was scouting. Carlin Grassa, ESPN New York YouTube channel, 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. I'm trying to check into the chat here and get some comments. Home team 8650, Lombard better be that guy. You know, I know that we talk about so many of the Yankee prospects over the years and the guys who have panned out, the judges, the people like that, and the guys who haven't. Is it me, or in baseball today in general, doesn't it feel like the prospects don't pan out even more than they used to? It feels like there is a much wider gap between the guys that do turn out to be great players and the guys that don't. Like, I feel like the hit rate now almost feels like it's at 25 to 35%.
1,000%. 1,000%.
And maybe it used to be at 50 before.
And that's why, I mean, I still think at the end of the day, all things being equal, like if I am not cash-strapped, you know, if I'm not like a small market team like the Rays or something like that, and I know that I have no resources to work with, I still think at the end of the day, you give me, I value the proven commodity more than potential.
I agree.
Right? Because it's a lottery ticket. That's all it is. A draft pick is a lottery ticket.
And that's why at this point, with a guy like Lombard, who very well may end up being great, but right now rated as the 20th best prospect in baseball.
Right.
And the Yankees' best prospect overall. Oh, can't do it. Can't possibly trade him. If you have a chance in Mason Miller, this is what you do. You know, I'm not saying go out there and throw everything you got at mid-level players who might help you but might not. I'm saying go out and throw it at a proven player who is going to come in and more likely than not be dominant for you.
Well, think about this, too. Like, we sit here and put so much of an onus on, you know, is this guy the right player to target for either the Mets or the Yankees? Like, in this town, you know, can they handle New York? We always say that about major league players. Why don't we ever ask that question about prospects in their own system? Right? We really don't. And I think that it's fair. Maybe it's a conversation that should be had a little bit more often because, like, okay, let's use, like, George Lombard for an example. All right, this is a guy who's going to be the next thing that's going to come up here at some point, and he's very highly regarded. How do we know he has what it takes to play in New York? We don't.
We don't.
None of these guys. You know what I mean? And we use that information more to judge players who have played in New York as visiting players, have come through, and their teams have played in New York, but we don't know if they can hack it day in and day out. Like Bo Bichette, it took him a while to get adjusted to New York, right? First couple of months, he couldn't do it. Freddie Peralta, he can't pitch in New York.
Let me ask you something, just separately about Bichette, because we talked about this a little bit yesterday. I didn't really ask your opinion on it. And do you want Bichette to opt out at the end of this year? Do you want to be rid of that, or do you actually want him back next year?
I look at him kind of in the same way that I have an answer about Clay Holmes. Like, with Clay Holmes, you need starting pitchers for next year. Bo Bichette, you need dudes next year to fill that lineup. Like, if he's starting to turn it on now, it's too little too late for the season, but it's not like we're talking about a guy who's 35. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't like the end of the line for him. Like, he's still got a lot of good baseball left. This is still a guy, I told you, I'll take the heat. I thought he was going to finish top 10 in the NL MVP this year. I thought he was going to be that important. The guy was
coming off the World Series. How would you not think that?
But historically in his career, he's one of the best hitters with runners in scoring position in baseball. Like, I thought that he's actually played a damn. Remember what the area of concern for Bo Bichette was at the beginning of the year? Playing third base. It wasn't his bat. You thought the bat would contribute, but it was can he handle third? He's been good at third base.
Yeah.
It's the bat that didn't come around as early as you would have liked. So to answer your question, they intend to compete next year. Hopefully you get a more productive Bo Bichette from the beginning of the season on. Yes, I want him back.
NFL camps are opening. We get into it all in moments. Plus, name that guy from that team. That's on the way this hour as well. Carlin Grassa, ESPN New York. You're welcome.
Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Do you know a Sven?
I do. Yeah, Sven Butenschon.
Nice.
You know him? He was on my team. Yeah, Sven Butenschon.
When was the last time you talked to Sven Butenschon?
Not recently, but he's my buddy when we played here.
So if you saw him walking down the street, you'd be like, Sven, it's me, Rick.
Yes. Big hug.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what became of Sven?
DiPietro and Rothenberg. Morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
There you were, surrounded by fans. Everybody remembers the game. Nobody remembers the guy coughing behind you. Till a few days later, at 2 a.m., you wake up with a fever and your throat's on fire. Now what? Urgent care? Closed. ER? Slammed. Telehealth? Maybe, but the pharmacy's closed. You needed a medical emergency kit. These aren't first aid kits. They contain essential prescriptions used for over 30 common conditions. Sinus and ear infection, UTIs, stomach bugs, traveler's diarrhea, and more on hand before you need them. Use your doctor-developed guidebook to select the right prescription or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. It's like an urgent care and drugstore at home. When you're sick, traveling, or stranded, you'll wish you'd ordered a medical emergency kit. Order online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
Orgavada Zona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
It's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of New Jersey is offering buy one, get one 50% off windows and doors, and no payments, no interest for 24 months. Some restrictions may apply. See local showroom for details. Offer ends July 31st, 2026.
Shohei Ohtani's interpreter was fired today. Ippei Mitsuhara ran up gambling debts to a Southern California bookmaking operation.
The inside story of the biggest scandal in modern baseball.
He was absolutely bananas, the amount of bets he was making. I've never seen anything like it.
From 30 for 30 podcasts, this is The Betrayal of Shohei Ohtani.
Presented by Gusto. Episodes 1 and 2 available now. Listen wherever you get podcasts.
ESPN New York, now streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe today and watch the show. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
All right, let's talk gambling. Noon. Carlin, Grassa, ESPN New York.
Roll the dice, baby.
ESPN New York YouTube channel. And the only reason I bring it up is because NFL camps are opening up.
Yep.
And so when I start to look at the season and the over-unders on win totals and winning the championship, that always kind of catches my attention. Now, just for the moment, to win the Super Bowl, to win, I'm just going to ask you to guess, just because we're going to be talking Jets and Giants, just because we know where this is likely to be.
Yeah.
If you were to take a stab, the highest number in terms of odds is plus 100,000. So it's 1,000 to 1, basically.
To win the Super Bowl?
To win the Super Bowl.
Okay.
And the best number to win the Super Bowl is plus 550. So a little 5.5 to 1. That's the Rams.
Yes.
Okay. Where would you say the Giants are and the Jets are at the moment?
Giants higher than the Jets, obviously.
They are, which again, that's about Harbaugh and nothing else. It's not about rosters.
Oh, of course not. And remember, also when we do like winning Super Bowls, I think part of it, it's the same thing with like the baseball odds at the beginning. Like,
right.
Depending on what, like, for instance, if one conference is heavier than the other, like if you think a team has an easier path to, let's say, get to a World Series or a Super Bowl or something, that's also, I think, going to vault your odds a little bit higher compared to some other teams. Right? Like the Yankees' path right now to get to the World Series is a lot easier than some of the teams in the National League.
Yes.
Because the AL stinks.
Absolutely. Now, as you would expect, the Giants and Jets are both in the bottom
third, obviously.
Bottom third.
Yeah.
Giants are higher than the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
Giants are 65-1 to win the Super Bowl.
Win it all.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Jets are second from the bottom. The Cardinals and Dolphins are both at plus 1,000 to 1.
And the Jets are then ahead of that.
Jets are 400 to 1. Cleveland 250 to 1. Raiders 125 to 1.
Yeah.
Titans 125 to 1.
I think,
not that it's that important, but it's just a jumping off point, and I wanted to make you a little uncomfortable.
I think that I mean, it's not like breaking news or anyway, but I really think the Cleveland situation this year could be just right awful.
Yeah, but if there was a team that you were going to look at with camp opening that is going to be better than we would all anticipate. Like, I don't know last year who would have gone into the season and said the Seattle Seahawks are going to win the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who that would have been. So I'm not asking you for this year's Seahawks. What I would ask you for is a team this coming year that you feel like might be disrespected a little bit, or not even disrespected, just people aren't paying enough attention to win the Super Bowl.
To win the Super Bowl.
Or even be there, but I'll just say, because I have to win the Super Bowl odds in front of me, I could go conference if you want, if that makes it easier for you. But who are the teams? Are there a couple of teams? Because there are for me, that I think we're not paying enough attention to that could absolutely win the Super Bowl.
I think
I can give you one right away just to get us started. But
I'll give you two in the AFC.
Okay.
One, because I just think they're going to be due for a bounce-back year, and, things always seem to break their way, Kansas City.
Okay.
And the other one in the AFC, even though I don't love the quarterback situation, Houston, because the defense is
so good.
Stupendously good.
Yeah, the two in the AFC, I'm not there on Kansas City yet because they just feel older, and I don't know what that's all going to look like. I think this is the end of Mahomes' first iteration. And there will be a second iteration.
Because Brady and the Patriots had one.
Yes.
Remember.
I don't know, and I don't know that for Mahomes it will be as long of a wait in between. Because that Brady and the Patriots one was good 8-9 years, something like that. 2004
to 2013-ish, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they had a couple. They had the two losses to the Giants sandwiched in between.
The two that I would give you.
But remember, Kenneth Walker, I think they're going to rely on him huge this year because if they want to maximize Mahomes, obviously.
Yep.
And he's just got the Super Bowl MVP. You might as well run him into the ground. That's what you got him for.
The team that I really look at and like an awful lot is Denver. Because while you may not love Bo Nix,
I don't.
I trust certainly what they have defensively, and I trust Peyton. And they were in the championship game, and the only reason they weren't competitive is because Bo Nix was out. And they're 19-1 to win the Super Bowl right now. That's a tempting number. And listen, I'd be with you on Stroud and the Texans. Same thing, 19-1. I just have to see Stroud recapture it.
I also think that they could have easily. I know 1 year is different from the next, and it's the NFL, but I think they were also kind of fortunate. They could have easily lost the week before to Buffalo if not for Josh Allen's hubris, which probably cost them that day.
Mm-hmm.
He was a little too riverboat gambler that I would like to see from my quarterback in that situation on a day like that. But, no, I mean, look, you're not wrong, but I just wonder with Denver, like last year it just seemed like everything broke their way until it didn't for the championship game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because remember, that was so surreal after that Buffalo game. Remember, like Peyton did his post-game press conference. He was done with it. And then he came in the room 20 minutes later. Oh, by the way, Bo Nix broke whatever, and he's out for the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a killer. The team in the NFC that people are just writing off way too soon is Philadelphia. I think, I shouldn't say writing off. I just think that there's not an assumption that the Eagles are going to be right back there again. And I know it's because of A.J. Brown. I love Mekhi Lemon. I think he's going to be a fantastic player. And the Eagles are 18-1 to win the Super Bowl. That's a value number right there.
Tell me the year the Eagles haven't made the playoffs under Sirianni.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and
I know he rubs people the wrong way, and everybody says he might be on the hot seat, and it depends on their coordinators. Okay. He's figured it out once before with the coordinators. Can he do it again? I think he probably can.
You got to be in it to win it. And just getting, you talk about being jaded, you got to, getting to the playoffs every year is nothing to sneeze at, especially in the NFL. I mean, look in this town. Talk to a Jet fan. They haven't been there in 15 years, just even making the playoffs.
Are there teams that are not – are there teams in the top third of the league that are just overvalued and you wouldn't touch? I can get it started off for you. Right now, I would not touch the Ravens.
I 1,000% agree.
The Ravens are 12-1.
They will miss John Harbaugh more than everybody there is letting on.
Yeah.
And as I said, did we talk about it the other day? I can't remember if it was yesterday or last week when we did a lot of football with Rick in the morning. But you're going to find out the Harbaugh-Lamar Jackson dynamic. Why the people that want to say, well, why didn't Harbaugh win with Lamar Jackson, 2-time MVP? I think you're going to find out that Lamar Jackson and company needed John Harbaugh more than John Harbaugh needs Lamar Jackson.
I think that's interesting. I still love him as a player, and I think he's dynamic, and I actually do think he'll win a Super Bowl before he hangs it up. But
we were thinking who's getting to the Super Bowl first, Lamar Jackson or John Harbaugh?
I don't imagine that Jesse Minter is going to come in the door, and they're going to continue to be as good as they've been. And I know what happened last year.
Right.
There has been a level of consistency to that organization.
Quarterback was hurt, though, last year.
Yeah.
And then when he was playing, he still was not healthy.
They feel overvalued to me this year.
I agree. I agree 1,000%. And there's another team I'm looking at as well. Where do they or have the Lions?
Yeah, the Lions right now are 18-1. They're top third in the league.
Top third? That's a team I'm cool on. Meaning, they
have them ninth favorite.
Yeah. See, I think they're, as you saw last year, they missed their, the losses they had.
You think
from
the window's
that coaching
closed on
staff.
the Lions?
I don't know if it's closed, and that's why I was so adamant that day, Championship Sunday in Santa Clara, when Dan Campbell decided to sit there and, I'm smarter than everybody, throw caution into the wind with every freaking go for it on fourth down, bypass the points. That, to me, I don't think you're going to get as good a shot as that was.
Yeah.
I really and truly don't.
I've
never been a big Goff guy. Never have been.
Last one for me that feels a little overvalued, and not just because of what just happened, but certainly it doesn't help. San Francisco.
Yeah.
I think they could have a slide back year. They are 16-1. They are currently 7th in odds to win the Super Bowl.
I know last year was such bad luck for them with injuries and everything, but the players that are getting in, like McCaffrey, he's always hurt.
Yeah.
It's always something. And that, to me, is a lot. And the way you're starting off the season, like you said, with this, what the hell exactly happened with the Shanahan thing, that's not good vibes.
No, it's not. But what they're saying, by the way, the very latest on that accident was that he had a head-on collision with a young woman who was in another car. She was driving recklessly and turned into him. He had a phone in his hand, but was not being charged or cited for anything with that.
It's still very odd the way the whole thing has been reported,
Yeah.
But on the Giants front, I don't think there's any way you don't look at the NFC and acknowledge that it's the stronger of the two conferences. Not even close.
Right.
So that's why, when we sit here and and we're going to have this conversation over the next month, that, is there a way, is there a path, is there a formula for the Giants to maybe sneak in?
No.
Just look at that freaking NFC, man.
Guys, please stop.
The NFC is, you've got the West, the North, two divisions right there that you can easily see 3 teams make the playoffs. Easily. That's 6 spots right there. Not saying they're all going to make it, but the East, you got at least 2 definitely, with Philly and Dallas are legit playoff contenders. The South, I think, is just a 1-team division for the playoffs, like the division winner, and that's it. I don't love any of these teams in the South to say, like, oh, they're going to have a division winner, and that's it. So add all that up. I don't see like a surprise team kind of like emerging from this mix necessarily, because I just think there's so many good teams there. There's going to be good teams, like really, really good teams, that there's not going to be a seat for in the playoff dance. You know what I mean?
I don't see how the Giants are getting to the playoffs. I really feel like everybody who's jumping the gun here on this thing, you're just so thirsty for something positive. And you're going to get positive. You're going to get growth. You're going to get good things going into this year. Just don't take them all for granted for what they are. Because, need I remind you, with each other recent new head coach you've had, this guy notwithstanding, you've had that first-year bump. Dable had the first-year bump. Oh, what do you know? They win a ton of one-score games, and it looks like they're actually not that great of a team.
Right.
But they win a playoff game, and all of a sudden, you're a lot more excited about where you're headed, and then it all falls apart. When we knew that that was a team that more likely needed to be broken down as opposed to just kind of added to and aided.
Well, because they were ahead.
They changed their philosophy.
They played above their skis, and they went ahead of schedule. That's the problem in that first year. Right? And then it was kind of like, hey, we're here. And then there was just like a stark regression. And injuries also played a factor too, but like such a stark regression.
But they've had that first-year bump with all these guys. Now, Harbaugh's different because I expect it to be a lot more consistent.
Sustainable.
Absolutely.
It's not like a one-shot deal or flash in the pan. This is going to be something that you build upon.
Absolutely. But just don't give me 8-9 this year. That's a big number. That's a big number.
Schedule's not easy.
No.
See, and I understand, look, it's the NFL. And you and I are sitting here, we're talking about these teams as if we think are going to be really, really good. And you know that even ones we're high on, some of them are not going to pan out. And teams that we're just dismissing as, you know what, we don't have to worry about them. They're going to come out of nowhere and probably make the playoffs. It happened like a Jacksonville last year. You know what I'm saying? The Carolina Panthers won a division last year. I know it was 8-9, but they still won a division. Teams like the Chicago Bears. Anybody think the Bears, even though they had all those like miracle wins last year in the fourth quarter, but they were still an 11-win team.
Well, the Bears forced a ton of turnovers.
Exactly. And they came this close to maybe even playing in the NFC Championship game. In that war with the Rams. In the freezing cold in Chicago. Like, that's the beauty of this league. That's why we keep coming back. You never know what to expect. But for once, it would be great if it could be like one of the teams here. Right?
Listen, I'm a baby steps guy.
Dr. Leo Marvin.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Baby steps. Baby steps. Yes. This is all I want. I want the football season to not be over in October. I don't think that's asking too much.
It's so Norman Rockwell, I guess you could say.
The image of having just meaningful football in early November is Norman Rockwell?
Yeah. Meaningful.
We're sitting by a fireplace?
Meaningful football on Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah.
When you gather with your friends, associates, comrades, whoever it might be, and you sit there and...
You got a communists?
Well, I mean, to each their own. People do whatever they want. If they like football, we welcome everybody.
Each to his own means, each to his own ability?
Well, who they associate with. No, but my point is you sit around the table and it's like you got meaningful games to talk about for your favorite team, right? That'd be great. Man, and I was talking about this the other day. Like, I'm not saying you got to be 7-4 on Thanksgiving Day. But guess what, man? If you're even 5-6, you got a pulse. And I know that's not shooting for the stars, but when you've been as bad as these two teams have been, give me 5-6 on Thanksgiving Day, because then I know at the very least I got the next 3 weeks where I'm still technically alive playing meaningful games. And we haven't even had that. We've been done by Halloween.
I don't think it's much to ask. I really don't.
It shouldn't be much to ask. Like, that's like bare bones minimum stuff.
All right, now that I've said that,
yeah,
are we going to find ourselves in that situation? Are we going to find two teams this year that by Halloween still have an interest level, something to play for? Are we going to find that?
Yes.
Okay.
You know what?
Is Halloween where you're going to be the cutoff point? I mean, if we're going to go holidays, go Halloween. First of all, I could go President's Day. Is it President's Day? What's the October one? Columbus Day. Columbus Day.
Yeah.
Halloween.
Let's do for the Giants.
Thanksgiving.
Giants, I'll give you Halloween because their bye is literally like Halloween weekend or whatever.
Okay.
So it's you got the first 7 games for the Giants going into the bye week. They have 7 before the bye. So I give you, if you're 3-4, you got a pulse. You got a season.
Yes.
You're 3-4.
3-4 is yes.
All right. First 2 are very tough, right? Dallas, Rams.
Yes, but then there's no excuse for them to not be 2-2.
Tennessee, Arizona.
Yeah.
At Washington, should have won there last year. Play well. You play well there.
I went through it and I gave them a split with Washington this year.
New Orleans at home. You're going to be
win
favored.
that game.
At Houston, going to be tough. That defense.
You don't win that game.
Yeah, you don't win that. But there's 3 wins in that first 7.
Yes.
And you got a pulse.
That puts you at 3-4.
And you got a pulse.
Yes.
That's all we asked for. Now, the Jets, unfortunately, they don't have a bye week until basically like Christmas Eve. It's so freaking late in the year. Thanks a lot, NFL. Yeah, it's week 13. It's insane. So you're probably looking at Thanksgiving, which is 1, 2, 3, 6, 9. God, you got 11 games before Thanksgiving Day.
Give me the Jet rundown before Halloween.
Okay. All right, so you got 7.
All right.
At Tennessee.
Yep.
Home Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
At Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
At Chicago. Okay. Let's say worst case you're 1-3. Whatever.
Play the entire NFC North in 3
Yeah,
weeks.
it's crazy. Home Cleveland. Winnable.
Yeah.
Okay. At New England.
Can they be 3-4? Yeah, they could be.
Home Miami.
Absolutely.
Home Raiders.
Is that's
8?
That's 8.
That's 8 games. That's the first 8 games of the season. I gave you 4 winnable games right there.
Yes, you did.
Cleveland, Miami, Vegas, Tennessee. You're probably not going to win them all, but
Cleveland, Miami, Vegas, Tennessee.
I'm just saying something.
Come on, can we win those games?
Well, I would like to win those games. I'd like to even maybe win one that you're not expecting them to win. That'd be really nice. But at the very least, you could. There is a path to 4-4 after 8 games.
Yeah,
and that's not stretching it.
Okay, so Halloween is where our cutoff is. I hesitate to go beyond that.
No, don't. You don't have to.
Because then we get into dicier waters, and I don't want to be there yet.
We'll have a great conversation, right? Halloween, meaningful football. If we had a meaningful second half of the season.
Will you be dressing up
on Halloween
as Joseph Osai for Halloween?
I'd like to have a conversation
with
the
man. Joseph Osai?
Joseph Osai, yeah.
Joseph Osai.
I'd like to have a conversation with the man before I commit to a full-on costume.
All right.
Very obscure pick, but I see what you did there. I like it.
What about Omar Cooper?
Do we have to go with the junior in the back?
If you want to.
I think it'll be good.
Let's hit the phones. 800-919-3776. D and Elizabeth, that's David. What's going on, brother? How are you?
Hello, David.
What's going on, Grassos? What's going on, Chef? So this is what I want to say real quick. I'm very happy the neophytes are logged in. The vets reported today, so we're 1 day away from camp. So I do want to say this, gentlemen. There's a win that you guys aren't counting for us, and I think that we'll beat them. Or if not, we'll, be able to, catch them slipping, to be honest. And I think that's week 2. Tell me how we can't beat the Packers. They don't have an offense. The offense doesn't scare me, to be honest. The only person that scares me on that offense is Josh Jacobs. You have no receivers. Your quarterback, he's not mediocre, but he has no weapons to me. That's my personal opinion.
I wouldn't say they have no receivers. I just say they wouldn't have great receivers.
I think the thing you got going... The thing you got going for you
I'm sorry,
Green
Dan,
Bay,
go ahead.
No, Dave, the thing you got going for you in Green Bay, okay, is that no Micah Parsons. He's not playing in that game.
Mhm.
Okay, he's not going to be ready.
Exactly.
And Green Bay last year was prone to an early season road misstep. They lost at Cleveland in week 3. So Browns weren't any good.
What are we hearing on Parsons? I have not heard the latest on when he might be able to be back. Have you seen anything?
October.
October?
Most likely October.
Okay.
That's the same thing I heard, that he'll probably make a comeback sometime in that ballpark. But I do want to say that I think we could beat them. Like, offensively, I don't think they have weapons that scare us. Yes, like I said, Josh Jacobs is an elite back. But other than that, like, they don't scare me. I believe that we have the materials to beat them, and I think we can catch them slipping in
Here's the problem.
And we could be 2-0 maybe.
Well, what's dangerous about that, Dave, is that, like, remember, you overhauled a lot of your defense from a personnel standpoint. That's number one. You know, a new scheme, technically. You're trying to all get down on the same page. You're talking week 2 of the season. Maybe not everybody is on their P's and Q's yet. Say what you want about Jordan Love. I know he's not everybody's cup of tea. He can make you look foolish, though, if you're not all on your assignments.
I think he's better than people give him credit for.
Arm and legs. Like, that's going to be a tough spot. They're dangerous. The freaking Green Bay Packers, they're dangerous.
Craig Lansing, what's up, buddy? How are you?
Hey, I'm doing really good. I want to talk about Cleveland, but I got to say this first. I agree with that last caller. I mean, I kind of immediately gave the Jets 3 losses, but when he makes that point, I also had to consider, you know what, Detroit, who can't score on them? Like, they haven't had a defense in the top half of the league in a very long time. It's been like 4 or 5 years. Like, they're always in the bottom half of the league defensively. So, you know, if that team's clicking offensively, they can hang with that division. So, good point by the last guy. But, you know, when you were talking about Cleveland earlier, the first thing I thought was, what do they mean quarterback competition? I mean, you have to see what you have in Shadur Sanders with all these young receivers, because if it doesn't work out, they're going to draft a quarterback next year. Because seriously, are you really going to re-sign Watson? I mean, you know, you're not.
They're not going to re-sign Watson, but they're going to at least try to get anything. And listen, I don't disagree.
He'd have to be an all-pro guy.
I know. They're at least in camp.
Sorry, man.
They're at least in camp, going to see if there's anything there whatsoever, just given the amount of money that they have sunk into him. If there's anything that we can get out of it.
They made a mistake. They're still holding on to the thought, well, hey, maybe we didn't make a mistake. Yeah, you did. A huge mistake, the biggest one ever. So when you brought them up, I was just like, God, what a mess that is. And they're still going to give this guy the ball. Like, I believe in giving people second chances. Of course, everybody should get a second chance. It's not like he killed somebody, but I mean, he really has not panned out in any way, shape, or form. So I would put Shadur out there and see, you know what can we get out of this guy? Because then maybe we don't have to draft a quarterback.
Yeah, Craig, my guess is you're going to get a lot of Shadur this year. You're going to get a lot of Shadur this year.
There's a decent chance, depending on how obviously the wind blows and the schedule and all that stuff. Jets could be looking at, they play the Browns in week 5. That could be like Shador's first start. If things don't work out, they flip the script. And then when the Raiders come in week 8, is that the Fernando Mendoza time? Having sit and watch.
You think Cousins is starting week 1?
I kind of feel like he is, yeah. I really do.
I'm rooting for Mendoza to be, because I'm doing that game.
Yeah, I know you want it, but I just don't think it's happening. You know, the Brady influence there, I think, is going to be one to where, like, they're going to make sure he sits and waits and learns and absorbs, not throw him into the fire.
Yeah, listen, I won't be shocked if Cousins is starting week 1. I've seen enough of Kirk.
We got breaking news regarding a quarterback the Jets are going to face this year at some point.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You want to tease that, or you want to give it?
I'll give it to you.
Okay.
Justin Herbert engaged to Madison Beer.
Bang!
It's official. I got pictures and everything.
Kinda breaking news?
Exactly.
It's a thing.
Exactly.
Is that her given last name, you think? Beer?
It's like an ice cream guy named Cone. Carlin, Grassa on ESPN New York.
This is the Michael K. Show.
Here's the one thing I think is the conundrum for Brian Cashman. If Judge doesn't come back, now doctors reportedly are telling them that he is going to come back. When that's going to be, anybody's guess. But if Judge doesn't come back, by making trades and using collateral to get players back to fill holes, are you throwing good money after bad? I think they can make the playoffs without Judge. I don't think they can win a championship without Judge.
The Michael K. Show, weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube. Presented by the Parisman Firm.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Donate your car today.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877 Cars for Kids to donate your car today.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Hi, this is Don LaGreca. Just like the New Jersey Devils bring intensity on the ice, Viking Pest Control brings the same level of protection to your home. And I know because I use Viking at my own place. The season may be over, but pests are always in play. So it's time to lock in your off-season defense. As the pest control provider and proud partner of the Devils, Viking delivers 45 years of trusted experience to keep ants, cockroaches, stinging insects, rodents, mosquitoes, and more out of your zone. And when you bundle pest control mosquito services, you score big savings. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com. Protecting your home inside and out.
There are a million reasons to love New York. Making your budget stretch isn't one of them. According to an independent study, Amazon prices average 14% lower than other retailers. Get food, fashion, furniture, and more shipped straight to your building. Plus, another study found Amazon Prescription Pass customers pay nearly 1/3 less out of pocket. Learn more at aboutamazon.com.
When care matters most, experience matters more. The Allure Group is redefining rehabilitation and long-term care across New York with 6 convenient locations. Their expert clinicians create personalized care plans to help you recover, rebuild, and get back to what matters most. From short-term rehab to long-term care, Allure is committed to comfort, dignity, and results. To learn more, visit allurecare.com. The Allure Group, where care meets compassion.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Drip Drop is doctor-developed, proven fast hydration that helps your body and mind work better. Trusted by firefighters, medical professionals, and over 90% of top college and pro sports teams. Drip Drop is engineered to hydrate faster and more effectively than water alone, with 3 times the electrolytes of leading sports drinks. Stock up now at dripdrop.com and use promo code RADIO20 for 20% off your first order. That's dripdrop.com, promo code RADIO20.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46. And I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Well, we started something new yesterday, and I enjoyed it despite the fact that my performance in it was nothing short of disgraceful.
I don't know if that was disgraceful.
No, it was bad. It was bad. And
I didn't like mine.
Here's what we know. Guys like naming random athletes.
Yeah.
They're like just being able to throw somebody out there and just to go so that your buddy next to you can go, that's great. And then they try to top you. So yesterday, I thought about this while I was going to the bathroom. You're welcome. Walking to the bathroom, I should say.
Home or here?
Here, okay. Walking to the bathroom.
You're telling us the genesis. Okay.
Yes, not
I thought this
in
was
the
like
act of using the bathroom.
Okay.
But walking to the bathroom. Let's do a thing where Ray Danahan will pick a random team from the mid-'80s on from the tri-state area, and Dan Grassa and I have to go back and forth and name players from that team. And we get 3 strikes. 1 strike is if you take 10 seconds and can't come up with one, or if you're wrong, if that guy was not at any point in that year on that team.
Yeah.
So let's, first of all, play the highlight of it, which is the imaging.
Ho, ho, ho.
they gone by this point? One of them is Dwayne Robertson. Okay. Because I never had a chance in it. That's what it was. What that was a sham. It was a setup.
It was like
I was a tomato can in that game.
It's like the Dewey Decimal System.
God.
One big giant scam.
I am 0 for 2 in the last 2 days. In this
Ray,
game,
I felt bad.
That's it?
But it looks like Brett Bielema had some sun, huh? I thought I had a nice tan last week.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Brett Bielema looks like the Sun.
What was he, recruiting players on the Sun?
Nice man.
Yeah.
Really nice guy.
He's a character.
He is a character.
He's a character.
But holy crap.
Yeah.
He looks like Kramer when he fell asleep in the tanning booth. Oh, my God. Wow.
He looks like brick red.
But here's the thing. That whole game right there.
Yeah.
I never had a chance.
No, and normally I'm not like that guy, but I knew you didn't have a chance.
You came in and didn't have a chance.
Yeah.
How do I not go? First of all, Jericho Kochry, of course.
Yeah, that would have. Like I said, I was saving. But it's not fair. It almost isn't fair.
Well, who were you saving to really stick it to me?
Wasn't there like a Kenyon Coleman or something like that year too? Like, wasn't he one of them?
I should have hit you with a Kellen Clemens.
Kellen Clemens was the backup, yeah.
Kenyon Coleman. Dwayne Robert.
No Kenyon Coleman. No,
not yet.
No.
Sean
There's
Ellis.
a Drew Coleman.
It was a Drew and an Eric, obviously.
Sean Ellis.
Coleman maybe came the next year.
Kerry Rhodes,
That's right.
I'm sure you had Hank Poteet there in the holster.
Hank Poteet then showed up again in 2008. They were literally like, they signed him, they cut him, they signed him and cut him like weekly. And he was that starting corner like opposite Revis.
Matt Chatham,
former Patriot that he took with him from New England as a special teamer.
James Dirth.
Long snapper, James Dirth.
Yeah. Nugent, the kicker.
Oh.
Anthony Schlegel, the linebacker, who was really a special teamer.
Anthony Schlegel was the guy they drafted to be the new, Who was the comp that they were kind of hoping for, like up there, like the wild man linebacker, and he just didn't cut it.
B.J. Askew.
Fullback.
Justin McCairns, receiver.
Good receiver.
Former Tennessee Titan.
Yeah.
Justin McCairns.
You tried for a tight end, but who was the tight end, Dan?
The tight end was Chris Baker.
Touchdown maker. Michigan State, Christian. When he became a stand-up linebacker because Mangini switched.
Wasn't Nugent taken in like the second or third round?
Don't even start. Yeah, they traded away their first-round pick that year. The Jets did. Mike Tannenbaum did.
But they traded away their pick to move up to get Mangold, didn't they?
No, they traded away. No, that was 06. 05, they traded away their first-round pick because they needed a tight end. The powers that be, led by Mike Tannenbaum, didn't think that the tight end class in the draft that year was all that good, so they traded it to the Raiders for an up-and-coming tight end who was a backup by the name of Doug Jolly, who didn't wear any gloves, any elbow pads or anything, And he was really good in that John Gruden offense, but he came here and then just couldn't catch a cold. Anyway, make a long story short, your team benefited because of tight end taken in the late first round in 2005 with a pick maybe the Jets would have used. Was a guy by the name out of Virginia, Heath Miller.
Yeah.
Had a great career. Jets' first pick of that draft came in the second round, needed a kicker, took Mike Nugent. We know how that worked out. Not good.
Yeah, that was the year they took the kicker.
Yep.
Second.
Yep.
Wow. I'm disappointed in my performance here. Like, you know what the thing is with Dan? The arrogance is subdued, but you can spot it on your face. When you just, because you don't even look at me. Like, you're a poker player who knows he's got pocket aces. You don't even look at me. But the smile, the interior smile is ever present.
No, I don't think there was Ray, didn't I?
No. Like, you're not smiling, but I can tell on the inside you're smiling.
The most you're going to get out of me is, what did I say? Like at the beginning, what did I tried to be as subdued as possible because he's a friend. I like him a lot. You know what I'm saying? But I said, I was like, you have no chance. Like, because I knew we had no chance.
You had a Jerry Jones grin inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Patrick Ramsey.
I was going to drop him too. From the Washington, remember?
Washington, great.
I have to say, my confidence.
Who beat the Jets on opening night in 2003 on that Thursday night game when Steve Spurrier was the coach of the Redskins.
My confidence in the first 2 days is just in the crapper.
Well, to be fair, like it's not like all right.
People are laughing at me in the chat.
Don't laugh at him.
Yeah,
to be fair, Ray picked two teams that I'm fans of, that I grew up fans of, Mets, Jets. So like I can't. I would hope I would know a couple guys.
But the 06 Jets, 10-6.
Did you want me to give you the 06 Jets schedule, too?
They lose to the Patriots in the playoffs?
Yes, they did.
Yeah, in New England.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, they didn't really stand a chance. But you know what? It
was the same day that the Giants lost in Philadelphia. It was Tiki Barber's last game.
Great call. They played the 4 o'clock game.
Yeah.
That Jet team in 06 was kind of the model that I talked up last year's team to be. Like, if everything was going to go right, like, don't beat yourself, which is what they did in 06. They weren't supremely talented, didn't have a big offseason at all, and they didn't have any, like, great wins except for the one win they had in Foxborough. They just, like, beat the teams they were supposed to beat. Regular, kind of like an easiest schedule.
Yeah.
And they got to 10.
All right, we'll do this again tomorrow, 12:20. That's our time now, or 12:25.
12:20 is the game?
12:25.
Pick one of his teams tomorrow.
No, don't. No,
it's not a placate.
No. A New
it's
York
not a
team.
Placate.
A New York team. Nobody.
But who's like who was your New York team that you were the most fond of? I know you liked the Mets, and then you didn't like the Mets.
Right, but don't pick a Met team from the 80s. Don't do that.
Why?
Like, because we've done the Mets.
We did a 90s Mets team. Hey, there he is. It's our guy.
I bailed out Greg Schiano's press conference.
Decent tan, right? Decent.
Jimmy Gill looking sharp. Yeah, listen, all I want to say is just give me
Ray, what's fair?
I don't want you to go out of your way. I'm a talk show host in this city. I shouldn't be embarrassing myself like this.
You're not embarrassing yourself.
I kind of am.
You're not embarrassing yourself.
Put it on the poll. Am I embarrassing myself?
No.
You're like a regular guy next to Ron Jeremy with that one.
You went Jeremy?
Wow.
Like, of all the choices, you went Jeremy?
Oh, my Lord!
You could have gone more flattering than Jeremy, no?
I mean, it depends on what...
We're not talking about, like, the scoreboard.
Now what are we bragging about?
It depends what you're flattered by.
He was a grotesque individual.
But...
Was he not? Was he not?
Grotesque.
It wasn't attractive, but there was one key quality that worked to his benefit.
He kept working.
Gave him a career.
He kept working.
What else you want to know?
Carlin Gross, ESPN New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
NBA champion, finals MVP, Jalen Brunson. Describe the experience of what the last month has been like for you.
That's a loaded question. It's been a roller coaster, honestly. Obviously, once we won and everything was up high and everything was amazing. The parade and all of that, just everything after we won was just amazing.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Weekdays at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
There you were, surrounded by fans. Everybody remembers the game. Nobody remembers the guy coughing behind you. Till a few days later, at 2 a.m., you wake up with a fever and your throat's on fire. Now what? Urgent care? Closed. ER? Slammed. Telehealth? Maybe, but the pharmacy's closed. You needed a medical emergency kit. These aren't first aid kits. They contain essential prescriptions used for over 30 common conditions: sinus and ear infection, UTIs, stomach bugs, traveler's diarrhea, and more on hand before you need them. Use your doctor-developed guidebook to select the right prescription or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. It's like an urgent care and drugstore at home. When you're sick, traveling, or stranded, you'll wish you'd ordered a medical emergency kit. Order online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. At Rings End, they're there to help realize your modern design visions. That's why they partner with Marvin. Engineered for big ideas, Marvin Modern Windows and Doors deliver effortless elegance, expansive views, and industry-leading innovation, all in a modular system designed to meet the exacting principles of modern architecture. Experience Marvin Modern at a Rings End showroom today and create something stunning with them. Rings End is a certified Marvin installing retailer.
Hey Yankees fans, gather a group of 10 or more and take advantage of our 2026 Yankees group ticket specials. Whether you're getting together with family and friends, organizing a fundraiser, or entertaining clients, your group will love bonding over the Bronx Bombers. Start planning your 2026 group outings today. Log on to yankees.com/groups. Call 212-YANKEES or email us at groups@yankees.com. That's 2026 group tickets. Call 212-YANKEES or visit yankees.com/groups today.
Do you read more about your team in the off-season than in the season? Does your game day outfit include a brown bag with eye holes? Then you may be a fan of a BST or bad sports team. Luckily, when you bundle your home and auto insurance with Progressive, you're protected. Because seeing your painted face in the rearview mirror after a loss isn't just depressing. It's distracting. Visit Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Covered subject to policy terms. Not available in all states or situations.
It's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of New Jersey is offering buy one, get one, 50% off windows and doors, and no payments, no interest for 24 months. Some restrictions may apply. See local showroom for details. Offer ends July 31st, 2026.
This is the Michael K. Show.
Here's the one thing I think is the conundrum for Brian Cashman. If Judge doesn't come back, now doctors reportedly are telling them that he is going to come back. When that's going to be, anybody's guess. But if Judge doesn't come back, by making trades and using collateral to get players back to fill holes, are you throwing good money after bad? I think they can make the playoffs without Judge. I don't think they can win a championship without Judge.
The Michael K. Show, weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube. Presented by the Parisman Firm.
It might be the lighting because Greg Schiano looks like he just got off the beach as well.
It is summertime though, man. And when they're showing guys like in the crowd asking asking questions,
yeah,
they're not as tan as these guys are.
Well, how often do you see writers who are tan?
Yeah, they have no life.
Yeah, exactly. It's Carlin, Grassa, ESPN New York. It did not play this earlier.
Yeah.
This is Buster on with DNR this morning on when the Yankees expect Aaron Judge back.
Yes, they expect him to return. And B, number two, they have no idea. Like, what's it going to look like? I mean, because he is so big and he's got that swing and he needs his timing and he's got to work it out. And they don't know how he's going to hold up physically. They've acknowledged the fact that when he comes back, he's not going to be 100%. You know, we saw him before he went on the injured list. He slowly was regressing physically. Where is he going to be? Now, I think it is smart. They're slow playing this injury. It's interesting because the lineup right now feels so stark with those big names out, but they are confident that all three of those guys, Stanton, Bellinger, Judge, are going to work their way back and that their offense will be okay.
Listen, I know they're confident about it, but when you hear the phrase, they have no idea when, how do you be confident about something when you actually have no idea what the timeline is going to look like?
How can you? You know what I mean? Like, how can you be confident? And that's why, look, there's a lot of work to do because there was work to do before we found out the Bellinger news yesterday, right? I mean, there was, like, they got to get busy. They got to do something. Now you throw Bellinger on top of that. Now what?
Offensively, I just don't know where the answers are coming from.
You might be able to, given the fact that you don't have a robust market in terms of available bats, you might then have to pivot to, like, your already perceived strength, just making that even stronger by bringing in one dominant arm, right?
I don't disagree with the premise.
Yeah.
There's two issues that we're going to run into here. I was selling that as of last week, but then I watched them offensively for a couple of more days, and it was just so hard to watch. At one point, I was actually saying Bellinger's not getting enough blame here because until the last 10 days, Bellinger hadn't exactly been lighting it up since the first month and a half of the season.
Right.
So the way I look at it now is, as much as I would love to see them just go out and strengthen a strength, if you want to add Mason Miller, I'm on board. Absolutely.
Yeah, the Madison tie-in.
Madison Beers,
beer. Yeah.
Mason Miller. Yeah. You want to add Madison Beers? Sure. What the hell?
Should probably sell tickets.
Yeah, no doubt. Anyway, you want to do that? I buy it. I'm on board with that. It's just teams are going to know how desperate the Yankees are. And they're going to look to hold them up at every turn, and is that going to prevent them from being able to do something substantial?
But the problem is there's a lot of sellers. Like you said, like you could say, you know how desperate the Yankees are. If there's a lot of sellers out there, then...
There's a lot of sellers, but do they have guys who are worth selling, that are worth buying?
Right. Are they going to have guys that you covet? That's going to be the question. Because I think you're going to
Who do you covet right now? I would covet Mason Miller. I would covet Tarek Skubal. Would I covet Ryan Jeffers? Maybe.
You need a Ryan Jeffers. I wouldn't say he's a covet on that level, but he's right now.
I covet him because I need him.
Ryan Jeffers might be your best available catcher on the market right now.
Well, now that Langoliers is down, and I don't think Goodman's getting traded.
I don't think because I don't think Goodman's getting traded. Push comes to shove, I don't think Alvarez is getting traded. And so Jeffers, the fact that he's an expiring contract at the end of the year, the Twins got to get off the fence, though. Twins are not making the playoffs. Twins are not going on a run. They should just move on and get what they can from him. Bottom line.
You know who's got a lot to say about the Yankees?
Who dis?
The voice of the Yankees.
Who would that be?
Michael Kay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
He does a show or what?
In his show. He has a show from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Coincidentally, it starts in roughly 5 minutes from now, and it's right here on ESPN New York. It's Carlin. It's Dan Grassa. We are rolling with you throughout the week. More football tomorrow, a lot more football tomorrow with the opening of training camps for the Jets and Giants and all across the league. You know how Dave and Rick have the football frenzy?
Yes, right.
We have the frenzy of football, and we're going to do that
I can't
tomorrow.
wait for it.
Yep.
And be safe, everybody. It's going to be really bad out there, supposedly, today.
Our buns, no sesame seeds.
Nope.
That's right. K, next, ESPN New York.
The summer of soccer is heating up with Red Bull New York. Join the Red Bulls on Saturday, August 1st as they take on Orlando City SC at Sports Illustrated Stadium.